This episode of the Esoteric Order of Roleplayers is brought to you by the generosity of our backers on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/esotericrp to find out how you can become a backer too. The Esoteric Order broadcasts from Santa Fe, New Mexico. We recognize these episodes are produced on the traditional territory of the Tewa-speaking Pueblo peoples, and we acknowledge their community, their ancestors, their elders both past and present, and future generations.
The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers presents the Batman Role-Playing Game, an esoteric duet
with Kenny
and David Larkins as the Game Master.
Give me 2 seconds.
Oh my God.
Give me 2 seconds. All right, that's fine. Oh,
okay, we're back.
Hi.
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 All right, so we are going to be playing Batman Role-Playing Game.
Again,
or
Batman.
The Batman Role-Playing
Well,
Game.
no, it's called Batman, the role-playing game on the title page, correct?
Yes, but that's
Batman.
what it says on the cover. It's Batman Role-Playing Game.
Roll-playing game.
Yes.
All right.
Published in 1989 to attempt to cash in on the Batmania that was sweeping the country at the time. It was a cash grab, absolutely. They printed way too many of them, and so you can get them for cheap on the secondhand market these days, which is yeah. And yes, so we've played a session with just the Batman, but today we are welcoming a second player,
special guest star.
Special guest star. Yeah.
Don't even.
I just did.
Noted Batman and DC Comics expert, Kenny.
I did write my thesis on Batman. So.
Oh, excellent. Oh, perfect.
Well, I actually wrote my undergrad thesis on the crime comics moral panic of the 1950s. So I do know quite a lot about crime comics, and also how Frederick Bertham cited Batman as an example of the degeneracy of the comics industry because of the whole kind of thing of a youth living with a bachelor in his mansion.
Interesting.
Well, that's just your take on it, Frederick.
Whereas you probably got accredited for your thesis, I was delivering mine to my collection of Squishables.
I did defending your dissertation with your Squishables.
I did win best undergraduate thesis of that year. Not to humble brag, but yes,
okay, humble brag.
Yes.
$300, baby.
Well, you deserved it.
Yeah, he did. He did.
They sent me off with my mortarboard diploma and $300 in my pocket and said, "Good luck."
Good luck, kid.
Of course, this was 23 years ago, so $300 went a lot further back then.
It's true.
You could buy two Warhammer armies for $300. Not just one.
God.
Anyway.
All right.
Anyways. All right. So the Batman role-playing game. Now, we've played a session. We're gonna keep going here. Yes. No, please.
Where are you going with this? I'm gonna let you run it.
Oh shit. All right. Well, I was just gonna say, for Kenny, I have a couple of character options here.
I wanted to get into the setting and like our kind of mindset, just to get Kenny in the mindset of our game.
Yeah.
So we were talking about it earlier today, and describing like, how do we describe to Kenny what the hell kind of world we set up for our Batman? So it's definitely our interpretation of Batman, and it's kind of bordering in this like grim camp, dark camp aesthetic that we've sort of, I don't know.
You have coined the term grim camp.
I don't think I'm the only. I just thought of it this morning, but it's probably out there already. But I picked up on it in the ether.
Well, I'm throwing a trademark on that shit right now.
Okay, so Grim Camp is something
Trademark.
Desiree Valdez, trademarked. Yes, today.
There
Yes,
is a
that
YouTube
happening.
channel called Grim Camp.
Son of a bitch. All right. So anyway,
They have one video though. One video.
All right, fuck
From
'em.
12
And they haven't.
from 12 years ago.
Okay, done. We're taking it over.
Grim Camp.
We're taking it
So,
over.
but it's like okay. So we have it's a gritty world, but it's also campy because you have to admit, like, even though the Nolan movies are like all grim and dark, they're also super fucking campy as hell.
Yeah.
So it's like there's camp throughout Batman since the inception of Batman. So that's the way it goes. And what else? I mean, that's kind of all we got, really. I mean, I'm playing Batman. What else, y'all? What else do you need to know?
Yes. What do you need to know, Kenny?
He doesn't know yet, I don't think.
That's it. I really I need to know the tone. That's it. I think that's
kind
it.
of the tone.
I mean, I've never played GURPS.
This isn't GURPS.
Isn't GURPS.
Oh, what are we playing?
Okay,
Batman,
so
the role-playing game.
we are playing the Batman role-playing game.
Oh,
and
so this
is
wow. Okay.
This is a spin-off of the DC Heroes RPG that was being published at the time. So DC Heroes ran, I think they ran for like the mid 80s and mid 90s. So it was a good run as far as licensed comic book RPGs go, since they tend to have very short lifespans generally.
So what you're saying is there's
yes.
tons of online resources for me to help learn this game.
It's actually very simple. It's actually super simple to pick up.
It's super simple, which was what attracted me to it. Yeah. Finding a decent superhero system has been on my RPG bucket list since I was a wee one. And in fact, I remember seeing this on the shelves at War Games West, RIP, in Albuquerque, circa 1990, 91, somewhere around there, and almost buying it at the time because I too had been swept up in Batmania. So, so I picked it up last year on a whim, and I just kind of thought, well, let's take it for a spin. So
it's so simple, Kenny. Like, it is super simple.
Yeah, I think you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
Is there math? Is there any math?
There is some math.
It's not so much math as it is checking a chart because this is from the mid 80s. The big what would you call it, fad at the time for game design was, what if we could reduce all of the game mechanics into a single chart? And that single chart works for anything. It works for everything from social interactions to combat to seeing if you can buy a yacht in 24 hours notice to whatever, You really could do that with this game.
What we're trying to do
right
now.
Yeah, exactly. And so there is a chart that you're sort of cross-referencing. Now, when I ran session 1, I kind of handled that. But part of why I wanted to get us over onto Roll20 here was just so that I could have the action table, as it's called, available to you if you want it, because it can help in terms of deciding, because a big part of this game is spending hero points. There's a hero point economy that you use to increase your odds of success, basically. And
your job is just spend those down as much as possible, like to create these epic scenarios and to counteract like villains and different things depending on what you're playing. So
yes, because villains also have hero points.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there's kind of like a poker bidding thing that can happen where it's like, well, I'm going to spend 5 hero points, and then the other person goes, I'll spend 10, and then I can go, then I'll spend 10 more, and then they go, okay, I'm out, or whatever.
Wow. Okay, cool. I like that.
And then you do it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's easy. It's very simple.
Yeah. So Kenny, what character do you want to play? We'll start with that. And then
what are the options though? What are the options?
Okay. Well, I figured that the two best, most likely options would either be to play Robin or Catwoman. Now, before you decide, I'll just tell you that I'm running the reason why I called the playlist that I sent out Gotham City 1989 is because I just decided to be simplest to just go with the continuity presented in the game, which was 1989 continuity. The other thing to say, and we talked about this before, but neither Desiree nor I are superhero comics nerds by any means. We are unfamiliar with most of the intricacies of the comics lore. We mostly know superheroes from movies.
Mhm.
So and also we don't care as much about this kind of stuff, you know.
Right. Not to say that if you do, it's annoying or stupid.
No,
but
well,
it's
it is annoying and stupid if you're the one guy in a group of players, which has been my experience, where
Right.
everyone else is a fucking comics nerd and they're like trying to one up each other with their like obscure comics knowledge. Then that's annoying.
Yeah.
But you know,
that's true. Okay, that is true.
Yeah.
But in this case, we're just creating our own world based on these characters and having fun with it.
Right.
Exactly.
The whole
Okay,
point is to have fun.
I'll put my deep Batman lore knowledge to the side.
Please do. If you could just like, fight with
Just
one
gonna-
arm behind your
yeah.
back.
Yeah,
that would
I'm
be
just gonna humble
appreciated.
myself.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't know if
Just
he's
humble
joking,
yourself.
actually. All right. So
I'm actually a big Batman fan. I wouldn't call myself an expert by any means, but
yes,
Oh yeah.
you're a big fan.
What's your favorite Batman album?
I name 3 Batman songs.
That's right. I see you wearing a Batman t-shirt. Name 3 Batman songs.
Yeah.
3 Batman songs. So what's up?
No, but okay. So in
Robin
this
or
in this
Catwoman?
1989 continuity, we are on Robin number 2. Actually, it's 1986 technically because I'm
Yeah, it
using
is.
the
Ooh.
Night in Gotham source book, which came out
man.
before the Batman RPG. And look at this. Look at this. Look how thin it is. You don't get city source books like this anymore.
God,
you
I
know,
love
Cool.
it.
I know.
everything has to be overwritten and
Ugh,
bloated.
Let's bring it back, dude.
Let's
It's
bring it
time.
back.
Simple.
There's plenty in here.
dude.
Anyway, this would be published on Itch.io nowadays, you know. Like it
Yeah,
wouldn't-
true.
yeah. Anyway,
Let's not talk about it.
so this was published 1986.
Right.
And so technically it's more like Batman Gotham City 1986, which is so we're on Robin number 2, but this is
Yeah.
before he gets killed by the Joker. So
Ooh.
spoilers.
Oh, so
So-
good.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. So this is the Jason Todd
Robin.
where Dick Grayson has become Nightwing.
Yes.
And then
He graduated out of Batman school.
He did. He finally got
Pre
finally
Jason Todd
matriculated.
becoming the Red Hood.
Yes, exactly. So Batman meets him when he steals the tires off the Batmobile, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And Batman's
Okay.
like, I like your moxie, kid. Maybe I
Yeah.
could use another Robin after all.
Yeah.
So
I know I'm normally all about like punishing crime, but
But I'm gonna
Yeah.
support this crime.
this time.
For some
Yeah.
reason we won't get into.
Yes.
well, if
How
I'm
old did
Jason
you say you
Todd,
were?
yeah.
If you are Robin. How old? Wait, if you want to be Robin, but what about Catwoman? What are the Catwoman options?
Well,
True.
so there's or the Catwoman options. This is just straight up Catwoman. I think this is during one of her periods where she's reformed, although she's still listed in the villain section
of
of
course.
the book. Yeah. Catwoman is one of the Batman's earliest costume adversaries. Over the years, the Catwoman has reformed, returned to crime, reformed again, returned to crime again, and so on. She has some affection for the Batman, and he is the reason she keeps making attempts to reform. She can be a very fierce enemy, but defends her friends with an equal fierceness. I also like that she has the advantage of scholar (cats),
Good.
and she also has the drawback of irrational attraction to cats and cat motifs.
Oh, irrational. Yeah, so that's one thing about the characters is that they have an irrational attraction to something. So
Yeah,
Batman-
you'll often
Batman-
find characters with irrational attractions.
yeah, so
Yes.
Batman has an irrational attraction to justice. Like he gets a boner from
Mhm.
justice, and it's awkward,
Yeah.
but he has to.
Is this
He
a
has-
game rule?
Yes,
This is a game rule. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's,
Yeah.
well, not the
What's-
boner part. The boner
Oh,
part
The
is not
boner
the game
parts
rule.
are no. That's
That's
our
house rule.
That's our house
That's
rule.
a house rule.
It's a house rule.
That's if
but,
you're playing Monster Hearts.
Yeah. But the irrational attraction to X is definitely one of your things, your
It's a
drawbacks.
common drawback.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is 1986 Batman.
Yes.
Okay. So a death in the family hasn't happened yet.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. Which is 88.
Mhm.
So
Correct. Yes. Technically, when this was published, Jason Todd is dead, and he's actually, even though they give his stats, they also list him as deceased, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Womp
It's
womp.
kind of like, it's like, thanks.
Yeah. Cool. Super silly.
Anyway.
Okay, so those are the two options: are Catwoman or
Yes,
Robin.
because basically we
Well, I'm
ended
playing
off
Batman.
last. Right. Because we ended off last session with Batman getting a little
Ooh,
what would you say?
it's a calling
little,
card.
Little calling card from the Black Mask.
Mhm.
And Robin was missing.
So, yeah,
Robin
he
had
was.
gone missing.
Robin was on spring break in Cancun,
Yes.
and so Bruce Wayne went to go pick him up, and
Yes.
he wasn't on the plane. So
I was on the plane, and then then this dude comes up and he's like, "Here you go, boss." And
here's
it's
a
calling
card, and
card from Black Mask.
Bruce Wayne looks at it, and as he gets into his yellow Lamborghini Countach, and is very upset. So
yes,
yeah.
He wipes away the tears with some $100 bills and takes off.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
So, in other words, if you play Robin, we will very well likely be doing kind of a split sort of Batman's POV, Robin POV situation.
Until they reunite.
If you go with Catwoman, it's like, she's got some info on what happened to Robin. She's going to find Batman and tell him, kind of thing, So it depends on how you want to fit into the plot, basically.
Yes.
Oh my God.
No pressure. This is a serial. It's okay.
I actually love the differing POV of Robin and Batman, and then eventually, potentially, reuniting and being, which is almost kind of a thing that Des and I have been working towards, anyways, in other games.
Yeah, it's true.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe let's do that. Let's keep with that.
All right.
Okey-dokey.
And I'll be Jason Todd.
We need to know what Jason was doing during spring break, and I'm very curious about those details. So I may ask some questions from time to time.
Yes. Oh, just from time to time?
Yes, I promise. Just from time to time, because you're running this game. I have questions, but it's just what I do.
All right. So I have sent out the Roll20 invitation.
Oh man, here we go.
Ooh, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is the 1990 Gotham City map, by the way.
Okay.
The no longer canonical Gotham City map.
All right.
That's a whole other issue.
Yeah, this is way before. When did Gotham get flooded?
I think around the 2000s.
Yeah, I was gonna say
2000s.
That was like way later.
Because that's why they had to actually come up with an official map, was so that they could decide how they were going to do it, And they're like, oh, I guess it needs to be an island so that it can get flooded.
Yeah, true.
Womp womp.
Shit.
All right.
Okay.
All righty. So.
All right.
Action.
Whoa.
All right. So as you can see, we have 9 attributes, and they are grouped both horizontally and vertically. So for example, horizontally, we have Dex, Strength, and Body. Those are all your physicals. Then we have Intelligence, Willpower, and Mind. Those are all your mentals. And then we have Influence, Aura, and Spirit, and that is your je ne sais quois. Then on the vertical columns, we have Dex, Intelligence, and Influence. Those are your sort of acting values. So those are the things you use against other people. So with Dex is in combat, you're using that to, try to strike somebody. Intelligence is you're using that to sort of read somebody or discern a situation. Influence, obviously, is you're using that to intimidate somebody or charm them or whatever. The second column, Strength, Will, and Aura, those are your resistance values generally. There are exceptions. For example, in combat, it's usually Dex versus Dex. But your influence versus somebody's aura, for example, or, your intelligence versus their will or something like that, And then the body, mind, and spirit are kind of your hit points, really. So when you take damage physically, you deduct it from your body. If you are damaged mentally, it comes out of mind. If you're damaged psychically, it comes out of spirit, basically.
Cool. Great.
Like I said, there are exceptions, things move around, etc. But for the most part, that's how it works. And so, if you look at the action table under the handouts, that is where we cross-reference things. So if you're trying to hit somebody with your dex of 6 and they have and that's an acting value, and they have a dex of 4, let's say, then we cross-reference and we see the number is a 9. That means you have to roll 9 or better on 2d10. So that's the dice mechanic of the game, is you're rolling 2d10 and adding them together. If you roll doubles, you get to roll again and add it. And so forth, if you keep rolling doubles. However, you're never obligated to roll again, because if you roll double ones at any time, that is an automatic failure.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. But it generally behooves you to roll as high as possible. Reason for that are those red 11s you see there. So that's 6 versus 4, you need 9 or better. Let's say you rolled a 13. You would count over 2 columns, right? 1, 2 to the 13. That we call those column shifts. So we have shifted over 2 columns. Then on the results table, where we compare the effect value versus the resistance value, we factor in those column shifts going left instead of right. So again, let's say, what's your strength?
2.
Robin's strength of 2. Yeah, geez.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
My dex is 6.
Your strength is 2.
My strength is 2.
Don't be mean.
Okay, I'm right here.
However, wait. But you have martial arts. You have martial arts, right? You have martial arts.
I think.
In your skills?
Yes. My martial arts is 6.
The cool thing about martial arts is that you can substitute that for any of your acting, opposing, effect, or resistance values. Just one, though. So you could substitute that 6 in for your puny strength of 2. Suddenly it's as if you had a strength of 6.
Wow.
So my strength is 6.
Your strength is 6. Let's say the other dude has a body of 2. So we cross-reference those on the result table. That's a 3. That means you're doing 3 points of body against this guy. However, we just got 2 column shifts, didn't we? So we shift over 1, 2. That takes us to the X column, the enigmatically named X column. Ooh. So that A means all. So your strength is 6. That means you're going to do 6 points of damage, because that's all your damage. However, we shifted to X. Now you're going to do all plus 1. So you're actually doing 7 points of damage to this poor bastard who only has 2 body points. So he is out. You have comprehensively knocked his ass out.
Wow.
Nice.
Yes.
And I'm Jason Todd. So can I be like, this is lethal damage?
That's right.
Okay, very good question. So all damage in DC Heroes is assumed to be non-lethal unless you explicitly say that you are striking to kill.
Don't be evil.
How did I know?
If you say you are striking to kill, you receive no hero points at the end of the adventure.
Ooh.
Yes. Okay. So it has to be damn worth it to kill somebody, basically.
I'll remember that.
I hope so.
Speaking of hero points, Des, you said you had 44 remaining?
Yeah, out of 150, yes.
Yeah, she blew through her hero points, but she was fighting blockbusters, so, you know.
I was.
Yeah. So you got kind of a partial victory, right? Because you didn't, Blockbuster got away. He busted up Wayne Manor,
Well, he did do a lot of damage. It's true.
Yes. You're out 1 chandelier at this point.
A big chandelier was destroyed. The flooring,
pieces
course.
Of furniture. Yeah.
There's a melted camcorder in the fireplace that needs to get cleaned up.
Long story. Yeah. So, but you did get 70 hero points back.
70?
70.
That's it.
So, yeah. Well, if you'd captured him, it would have been like 140. So,
shit. I didn't capture him. I felt sorry for him, really.
Oh, that's fine. You're learning how to be Batman. It's cool.
Well, I've been Batman for about 10 years. We said, right? 5 years, 8 years, or something.
No, about 10 years, I'd say. Yeah.
So I'm still learning at 10. I guess that's comforting. I can learn at any age.
That's right. Never stop learning.
I got 70. I got 70 back. You said
you got 70 back. Okay. So you'll see on your character sheet there. I don't think I filled in the hero point. No, I didn't. So let me just go ahead and do that.
Oh, I'm using my paper sheet.
You got 114. Oh, but this has like rolling stuff with it.
Does
you can
it?
roll things. Yeah.
Oh,
it's cool.
Son of a bitch.
See what Kenny just did? Don't you want to be like Kenny?
Oh my God. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do.
Sigh.
Wait, whose side? Mike's side or
Both of
side?
you. Both of you.
Don't do this. All right. Let's see here.
Actually, wait, does this have rolling mechanics? I don't think it does. It just has the initiative is like the only thing that you can roll. That's great.
Boo.
Good job.
Just looking at that.
Character sheet designer. All right, Des, you can use your analog. It's fine.
Well, what's the one thing I can roll?
your initiative, which is super annoying because it actually doesn't let me input your initiative value like permanently. So we have to like.
Okay, they did their best with what they could.
Somehow
I'm not
reference
going to
this.
use this, but have fun
That's
with
fine.
that. So
Okay, it's
All
better
right.
than the Mythos Roll20 character sheet.
I don't know what you're
much.
talking about. I don't know her.
You never heard Dangerous Journeys Mythos by Gary
No, I
Gygax?
have
You
not
can
heard
actually
of that.
listen to our complete playthrough.
No.
Yes,
I'm not.
if you're a Patreon supporter, you can hear us play through
Oh
4
my
sessions
God.
of boiling hell. That
No.
is
4 sessions.
Okay, do not promote that here. This is a
Wait,
safe space.
No, I'm promoting Patreon though.
Okay, fine. All right, go nuts.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't roll dice on like. There's no.
It's very strange, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just noticing that. Like that's pretty lame.
All right, so
I'll just make a macro real quick.
Just make a macro. Okay. It's fine. Yeah. Because honestly, it is just 2d10 plus X at any given time. So
yeah,
it's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's the basic system. So there you go.
Nice.
All right. So are we? So nice. Now what's happening?
Okay. All right.
So where are we picking up here?
We're picking up where. All right. So Bruce Wayne.
Should we start with Robin or?
Excuse me, Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne went to the airport to pick up young Jason Todd.
Wait, how old is Jason?
I was just about to say, according to his stats here, he's 13. So he was not away on spring break. He was perhaps he was, but not that kind of spring break. He wasn't in Cancun. Yeah.
Oh, it was like what was it then?
I don't know, Kenny. What do you think? Where were you?
If I was out of the country, man, that's a great question.
Or somewhere else in the country. I mean, just you weren't in Gotham City.
Right. I wasn't in Gotham City.
You're at space camp.
Yeah, I was probably at maybe I was at some kind of
crime camp.
Yeah, kind of almost like a
detective camp.
A
FBI.
Wayne family produced, like camp of some sort, martial arts camp.
Oh yeah,
something like that.
Yeah,
that Bruce is like a major, not a beneficiary, the opposite.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
Sponsor. He's a sponsor.
Yeah. What's the word I'm looking for?
It's sponsor.
Like
yeah.
So this is 1986. So it's probably some kind of like say no to drugs kind of thing, where it's like you spend a week like running through the wilderness. You do like cross country runs and like fireside circle chats and things like that to kind of like
a benefactor.
There you go, benefactor.
All right.
To kind of show you that there's more to life than just drugs. Crack is whack, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Yeah. All right, that went really well. I don't know why the Wayne Foundation would fund this, since it's they've probably done a little research saying this doesn't actually help people at all.
I don't think those research results are in just yet, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I also think billionaires don't care. It's a tax write-off.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
All right, look. I'm a billionaire, right?
There's gonna be a lot of class trash getting thrown around.
A lot of class trash. It's nice. All right, I can handle it.
Okay, I can handle it.
So he's at this like FBI junior camp. Basically.
Lifestyle camp.
Yeah.
Lifestyle camp. So he's at like a martial arts.
Not exactly a scared straight program.
It's like a youth. It's like a youth military camp. I mean, that's what it sounds
military school. Yeah.
I mean, whatever it is, it's gonna cause me to become a relentless killer in the future. So once I transition into Red Hood,
sure.
There's only one way to stop crime.
That's true. That's true.
And it's and it's corporal punishment.
Stop it in its tracks.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
Because you're like, suddenly it's the grim 90s and superheroes are killing people.
I am the death penalty.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right. So let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So I'll just say, for young Jason coming back from this this camp, flying in, it seemed to be, something of an uneventful journey there until near the end of the flight, when you got up to use the lavatory. And even though the light overhead said it was unoccupied, the last thing you remember is you opening the door and there was somebody inside, masked, unidentifiable, and then just blacking out. There was like that moment of just registering that there was somebody inside, like almost like waiting for you, and then you blacked out.
If it weren't for all these people smoking on the airplane, I probably wouldn't have had to go to the bathroom.
Oh my god.
Smoking and eating their charcuterie boards.
Did they still have a smoking section in airplanes in the 80s?
I don't think.
Yes.
Well, you're right, actually. We were looking up. Where were we looking up? I think at work I was looking up anti-smoking laws, and they were fairly freaking recent, man. Like we aren't used to it, but there were probably smokers on the plane. So Jason has a point there.
In 1994, Delta was the first U.S. airline to ban smoking on all worldwide flights. 1994.
Kenny comes through. So let's say, there's all these smokers eating their, cured meats and cheeses, and, causing an issue there for Jason.
United was the first airline to create a non-smoking section in 1971.
Okay.
Non-smoking section in an airplane.
In an airplane.
All right. So wow. So you were trying to avoid the smoke.
Yeah. Because the real killer is secondhand smoke.
In the United States, both tobacco companies and airlines fought any regulation. In 1976, the U.S. Civil Aeronautics Board banned cigar and pipe smoking on aircraft, but under pressure from tobacco interests, it sought to limit this ban in 1978.
Dude.
The CAB banned and then unbanned smoking in 1984.
All right, okay, we got it.
It's insane.
But
it's like
awful.
pipe smoking on an airplane. Just like... what the fuck?
Or a cigar puts out an unreal amount of smoke.
Oh god. All right. Okay, we got it.
So anyways, get up to go to the bathroom because of all this smoke. Because Jason Todd, the Red Hood, is also
he
doesn't know, but
baby
Robin.
Red Hood.
Robin.
He's still Robin.
Yeah, he doesn't know right now, but soon he'll become straight edge. So
yes,
soon. You see
once
him
I get back,
hey.
Once I get back to Gotham and I start going to Gorilla Biscuit shows.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, Des and I did decide that Gotham is New York City in our universe. Like, fuck it. There's no New York City in our DC universe. So.
Yeah, just Gotham. So CBGBs is around.
Yeah,
that's right. Except it's called like GCBs.
Wow.
The heebie-jeebies.
Gotham City Bluegrass.
There you go.
Something.
Oh my god.
Gotham City Bluegrass, GCBG. There we go.
GCB. Oh fuck.
Okay, so you are in the bathroom. There's a masked figure in the bathroom, and what happens?
Because in 1973, the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration banned smoking in aircraft lavatories. So that would have been a place for you to go and find some respite from all this smoke.
My god. It's all
in fact
coming together.
Actually, no, we're gonna work this in. So you had made a mental note to tell Bruce when you got off the plane that you had spotted someone that had been giving him trouble lately.
Me?
Because
Bruce?
Yes, you, Bruce. Because he was just being a kind of general, all-around sort of Cape Fear level asshole with his cigar smoking.
Come on.
Just stinking it up in there.
I like it. That's cool.
But you recognized him as the the heir to Gotham's Janus Cosmetics, a certain Roman Sionis.
Oh shit. Okay, well, wait. Okay, wait. Are you gonna finish your thought there?
Well, yes, because the Wayne Foundation, which owns Janus Cosmetics, had removed him from the board as a condition of bailing out the company after he drove it to near bankruptcy. So this was something you were aware of happening recently.
But Jason's aware of this.
Jason is aware of, yes.
Okay. Right. So, and I spotted this dude?
You spotted this dude because he was stinking up the cabin with his, obnoxious cigar smoking.
What does he look like?
He's, kind of middling stature, black hair, blue eyes, middle-aged white guy.
Okay.
Pinstripe suit,
Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. One thing, just a slight digression. Unless Kenny, you had to say something.
I was going to say maybe do we have what kind of bat tech do we have?
All right. Yes. Good question. So if you go to your character sheet.
Oh. Yes.
And either click on all and scroll down or click on gadgets. Either way.
Oh, wow.
You will see your bat tech. Now, of course, some of that you're not bringing on a plane, like the plastic explosives. But
you're obsessed with plastic explosives, David.
I just find it hilarious. I find it hilarious. They're running around with plastic explosives. But yes, some of these are, I think, reasonable to assume.
So maybe I have my miniature camera on me, and I see this fool, and I'm like, I got to get a picture of this guy for Bruce.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love it.
Just because he's on here, and then I go into the bathroom. Maybe I took the picture, and then I go into the bathroom, and I'm like, just trying to get away from the cigar smoke, and maybe figure out a way that I can I'm like, I wonder if I can get this to Bruce right now.
Yes.
And then I get in the bathroom, and then bam, I'm clobbered. Bang.
Yep.
Pow. So I wonder. Kapow.
Yes, go.
I think so with the tech, we're being very open about it. I think anything that we can do in 2023, we're saying Batman can do in the 1986, 89 or whatever.
Totally.
So we're I'm wondering if there was an amount of time that if Jason was figuring that out to send the image.
Yeah, because even though Wi-Fi wasn't a thing, planes still have vast amount of communications electronics.
Yes.
And I'm like, I bet I can tap into the electronics of the plane. So I'm going to the front bathroom. Ooh. And I might be able to transmit this data to Bruce.
Maybe.
So your intention was to somehow hack into their telecommunications
and
transmit it.
Hack the plane
No.
Hack the plane Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay, good.
Yeah, and that's when I get thwacked.
Yep.
For sure.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
Okay, can I... David,
yes.
I don't want to interrupt because I just have a question.
Go ahead. Please do.
So how long has Jason and Bruce been working together? How long have we been working together? How many capers have we been on at this point in our relationship?
Well, it's up to you guys. You guys figure that out.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'm going to say... So so Jason's 13 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now? He's 13?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So does that mean they met when he was 12 or whatever? Or 11? Or 10?
Possibly.
He was pretty young,
yeah,
trying to steal tires?
What do y'all think?
What do you think, Kenny? It's your character. I don't want to...
I would say relatively new. I've picked up some things from Batman.
Yeah.
So maybe a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were 12 trying to steal tires, and I was like, what are you doing? Stuff like that. I'm like, I like the cut of your jib. You're coming with me. And then you're living with me now. Kind of weird shit. So basically
I'm your daddy now.
I'm your daddy now. Right. And so I adopt Jason, and so we've been on a couple capers though. So
yeah,
he's gone through some martial arts training, he's gone through some gadget training. Alfred has taught him a lot of different things. In our universe with this is that Donald
Our
Sutherland
milieu.
is a milieu. Donald Sutherland is Alfred because they said that like Alfred's like family was like for generations served the Wayne family.
It served the Wayne family for generations.
Why is Alfred British? Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
He should be like American if they're unless they're importing Pennyworths into the United States, but just to serve the Waynes.
We need another Pennyworth.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
so,
it really says.
Anyway.
It really says the Pennyworth family has served as butlers for the Wayne family for several generations.
Yes. So we said that he's American, that Alfred's American, but he went to like some type of British boarding school, so he has some affectation. Anyway, it's Donald Sutherland. Okay. So Donald Sutherland as Alfred has been teaching Robin how to do different things and like spy things, et cetera, et cetera. So okay.
I'm so into this, by the way. I'm having so much fun.
Okay. I hope so.
I've been thwacked in the head, and
already it's great.
I know.
It's amazing. It's the only thing that's happened.
I can't believe I've been knocked out and captured. I mean, it's just an honor. It's honestly an honor.
It's an honor. I'm really happy to be here.
All right. So, I just wanted to establish how long they've known each other and like how many things we've embarked upon. And okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the question.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the question.
All right.
All right. So, so you were thwacked on the head or something. Something knocked you out. And so when you regain consciousness, you are bumping along in pitch darkness, and it doesn't take you very long to figure out that you are in the trunk of a car. Your wrists and ankles have been bound, and you're not gagged though. And you're just trundling along to destination unknown.
Huh.
Okay. Yeah, is that the end of the scene? Should I try to do anything?
I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you.
I think there have been some trainings where it's like if you get stuck in the back of a car, the trunk. Like, no, I'm serious.
Yeah, no,
like,
I know. I'm just that was a rueful laugh. That was
okay. Because like you know, like you're a young person, so you're small, so easy to like kidnap. So you might get stuck in the trunk of a car. Here's how to escape out of it. So I would say there might be some type of a little baby flashback of Jason getting like some kind of training, you know, with Bruce and Alfred to kind of like here's what you should do.
So with this, am I always, or well, I guess not because I was on a plane, but like, do I have like my gear? Do I have my gadgets? Do I have a batarang on me?
Let's think about it here. So let me go down the list. Obviously, you don't have your costume.
Right.
Infrared flashlight goggles, no. We established you have the camera, probably the recorder as well. Plastic explosives, no. Rebreather, no. Slingshot, no. The batarang, I'd say reasonably. Like maybe you have a batarang, like
this is
somewhere.
Pre 9/11, so there's not a lot of security.
That's right.
Well, it's pre 9/11, but it's post hijackings, so there are metal detectors. But yes, we were just talking about that last time, where I was like, okay, so you go to meet Robin at the gate, and Des is like, no, I don't. I'm like, yes, you do. It's 1986. She's like, oh yeah, shit. So yeah, there is some security, but it's fairly, it's not as intense as it is now. So we could assume that maybe you have like a ceramic batarang.
Oh yeah, I mean, why would you make it metal? That's silly.
Yeah,
like it's some type of like space age material, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
carbon fiber even.
That's
carbon
right.
fiber. There
yes,
you go.
thanks.
Yes.
Okay, so I would say that it is feasible. It's definitely feasible.
All right, so I'm gonna use. I like to imagine it's probably like tucked into my pant leg. Like down by my sock or whatever, or in a special sheath. So I'm gonna wiggle and my hands are tied probably behind my back, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool, great. So I'm gonna get back there and basically just like wiggle the blade of the batarang on these ropes to try to untie myself.
Nice.
Okay, so obviously that's going to require a fair amount of contortion.
Definitely.
So in a situation like this, what we do is, since you're not like opposing anything against somebody else, we look instead at a sort of general difficulty level, which I am pulling up in the book as we speak. But you don't have acrobatics, which is unfortunate and a little surprising, frankly.
I guess I'm not Dick Grayson, right?
That's true. That's true. That's a good point.
I'm not your mama's Robin.
No.
Okay. I'm not your grandma's Robin.
You're a straight edge Robin, apparently.
Exactly. I just mosh through all my problems.
There you go.
Mosh through.
That works.
Okay, here we go. So I would say,
but I do have almost martial artist.
Yeah.
You know, like
I know
I'm flexible.
Yeah.
Wait, let's see here.
True.
Yeah, and you have a high dexterity. Your dex is pretty good too.
You do.
Let me see here. Let me see.
I'd say this would be a strenuous task.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as a strenuous task, we're going to go to the action table. Okay. You're going to take your dexterity. That is your acting value. As a strenuous task, this has an opposing value of 6. So your dexterity is a 6 as well, was it?
So I need an 11 on 2d10. Is that correct?
Let's see here. 6 versus 6. You need an 11 on 2d10. So what you can do is you can spend up to your attribute in hero points. So you could spend upwards of 6 hero points and give yourself an effective dex of 12 if you'd like, which as you can see would then reduce your odds to 5 or better on 2d10.
So my HPs is not my hit points, that's my hero
Correct.
points?
Oh, yes. That's your hero points.
And if I spend 6, my max is 35.
Okay. And it's not even your max, it's what you're starting with. There is no max. Wow. You can go as high as you want, but yes.
Yeah. Okay, great.
For this session, yes, your max is 35. Okay. So if you spend 6, it'll take you down 29. And you don't get hero points back until the end of the session. So spend wisely.
Keep that in mind. Yeah. But this is a pretty critical.
I'm gonna spend 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Give yourself a dex of 9, which means a 7 or better.
A 7 or better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And since I'm not playing anybody, I can't spend a hero point, spend of my own. So
all
right. 14. So let's look at a potential column shift here. So you rolled higher than 11. Mm-hmm. So we scan over to the 11, then we start counting there. So that's 1 column shift. 2 column shifts is a 13. The 14 is not enough to get you one further. So you just got 2 column shifts. Excellent. So now we're going to look at your strength versus the resistance of these chords, which is also 6.
Yes.
So 2 versus 6.
Well, but my martial artist gives me a strength of 6, right?
But that's only in combat. You see.
That makes sense.
However, so normally that would be a no result. That would be no effect. However, you got 2 column shifts. So that takes you over to a 1. So you do 1. However, you can also spend hero points here to raise your effect value. Now, in this case, you can only spend 2 since your strength is 2. So that would give you a 4 if you wanted to do that, which would then mean you were doing 2 points of damage against the 6. So in other words, you can cut through part of the cords binding you, but not all the way through.
All right. Well, I might as well spend the 2. So that takes me down to 30 HPs.
If you'd only gotten 1 more column shift, that would have been an all. No, But
It's interesting. It's interesting.
I was gonna say, is there anything stopping me from trying again, or how long does that process take?
Right.
I'm gonna say it takes, as the journey, basically, right? Because it's a very strenuous action. You're having to push, get your legs up to where your hands are, which takes a lot. Then get the batarang out. Then you drop it. Then you pick it up again, and then you're just you don't have a good angle on it, so you're just kind of worrying away at this rather strong cord that's been used.
So I think that's fine, because I'm obviously I'm trying to bust out of these, but I'm also thinking I can't open this trunk from the inside. So I have to wait for the trunk to open from the outside, and then at that point it would be very easy for a man or an adult or a group of adults to like restrain a 13-year-old anyways.
Yeah.
So I kind of just want to loosen the bindings. I'm like, all right, I loosening the bindings, and then like waiting for my opportunity where I can finish the job and bust out.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so this is, I'll show you like how flexible the system is here. What I'll say is that since you got a result of 2, that's going to give you a +2 column shift on any action you do to then bust out later. Sweet. Okay, so you get an automatic 2 column shift on anything that you're going to do, whether it's breaking the bonds or whatever you can come up with, right? So we'll just note that.
Okay.
And sure enough, the car seems to be slowing down, and then it's driving along some kind of like wooden plank surface, it's like, and then it comes to a stop. You hear a couple doors open and close, and then the trunk opens, POV trunk opening, Tarantino style,
Totally.
And yeah, you're looking up at a couple of guys. One of them's wearing a black ski mask. The other one is wearing like a knockoff Winnie the Pooh plastic mask.
Oh,
Sweet.
okay.
Sweet.
All right.
I can imagine the scene where like he's like, I got the Winnie the Pooh mask.
Yeah,
like...
exactly. Really? This is the only one we have.
Yeah, exactly. Shit, I forgot my mask. Pull into that pick and save real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
And otherwise they're just wearing like, civilian clothes. They're turtlenecks and suede, blazers and so forth. But yeah, they one of the ski mask guy reaches down and hoists you out and sort of roughly deposits you on your feet, and then they each hook a hand under an armpit and start dragging you forward, and you can see that you're on some kind of pier or dock, somewhere down on the waterfront, and there's a warehouse, up ahead that they're dragging you to. Mm-hmm. And a big,
are the restraints falling off a little bit since he made some progress on them?
They're loose. Okay. Yeah. And we'll say that you've palmed your batarang as well. Yeah. I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you're being dragged towards this large metal siding door, which slides back, and there's a it's being pulled back by another goon. This one wearing like some kind of like weird kind of like rubber mask. Do a little Point Break homage. It's a Ronald Reagan rubber mask.
There you go.
Yeah, and then next to him,
yeah,
he'll be the first to die.
Yeah,
and then next to him is what appears to be a woman. She's wearing a fashionable like white pantsuit, sort of Brigitte Nielsen style, where it's just like the blazer that's buttoned at the navel and there's like nothing underneath, so very chic, very Milano. She's got long blonde hair, and but she too is wearing this like mask, but it's a very delicate like white ceramic mask.
Okay. All right, we're really into masks here.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. So she's like directing these guys. She says just hang him up over here, and you're being sort of dragged into this abandoned warehouse. There's like big puddles of water collected on the asphalt floor, and some rusting remains of industrial machinery around the perimeter, and then wrought iron I-beam support columns holding up the ceiling overhead, and on one of these there's a hook that has been fastened to the beam. And yeah, so at this point they take you, they stop and reach down, take you by the ankles.
Oh.
And you're going upside down, and then they're hanging you by your ankle bindings, and you can actually hear the cord straining a little bit from where you did.
I say, while they're leading me, I'm like, hey, what gives? Who are you guys anyways?
Yeah.
What gives? That's a
Yeah. I like it.
good one.
Must feel real strong pushing around a 13-year-old.
Yeah, like it. Nice.
So the lady walks over and just kind of
no.
she's like regarding you, so you're like looking up at her like upside down as your head is like filling with blood, you know. And you can see that like kind of around the margins of her mask, you know, she's probably, you know, around 30 years old. But you can see like under the jawline there's like skin is stretched and taut, and you know, just looks very red and angry, and the eyes that are looking down at you are sort of red rimmed as well. And she says, "You'll find out soon enough when the black mask shows up."
Oh no.
And
What's
then
with all
she
you freaks in your crummy masks anyways?
crummy.
It's the 80s. It's the 80s.
It is.
Afraid to show your face to a little boy, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I like it.
So she laughs and she says, "Trust me, kid, you wouldn't want to see my face."
Yeah, don't remind me.
So sassy.
Watch you get lost.
Get lost.
All right, look, it's not the 50s.
Oh, what?
Wait,
Frank
that's
Miller.
like
my
Frank,
parents talk.
Frank
what you
Miller isn't
learned.
working on this line, so
Exactly.
it's okay.
And it's also maybe that's what he learned in his camp.
Yeah.
Those like
Mhm.
corny turns of phrase.
Right. No, he's got a swear jar at home. That's the
That's
thing.
right. To be fair, like I'm pulling inspo from the 1940s run of Jason Todd.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Going
like
deep.
it.
Yeah, the what if.
Uh-huh.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. So so she just ignores you and starts walking over towards one of those, you know, enclosed offices, you know, for the foreman. And you know, as she's walking away, she tells Reagan, you know, like, keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't try anything. And then she goes into the office and picks up a phone. Make a phone call. So you got three of these dudes hanging out. They don't seem to be particularly interested in you, but on the other hand, they're not being negligent in any particular way. You know, they seem a little nervous actually, like they're waiting for something to happen. Is there any? Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, is there anything you want to try right now, or should we switch back over to stately Wayne Manor?
I think the scene should probably end with me trying to wiggle my. So I'm upside down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I test the strength on these cords?
On your ankles or your wrists?
On my wrists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you palm the batarang. Why don't we? Why don't we do the same thing we did before? So, this will be a little less challenging or strenuous, I should say. So we'll call this one merely challenging. So that would be your dex of 6 versus an opposing value of 2.
It's an 11, and I got the 2 column shifts from earlier, right?
Yes. So that gives you 3 column shifts.
Wow.
Strength of 2 versus a resistance of 2 is 1. However, we then shift over 1 to all, 1 more to +1, and then we would go off the chart to a further +1. It just keeps going, basically.
Wow.
So you would actually do what is that? 4. You would do 4 AV of effect against a resistance of 2. So I would say that you cut through your wrist bindings with ease, and the only thing holding your wrists together right now are you.
Hell yeah! All right. Well, I'm still waiting on my opportunity.
Yes.
And there's a bit of internal monologue where I'm like, "Heh, wicked."
Nice. Nice. All right, so on that wicked, we'll cut back to stately Wayne Manor, or perhaps the Batcave. I don't know. Where's our friend?
I'm in the Batcave.
Of course you are.
With Alfred. And
yes.
I'm looking at this card, and I have it. I'm detecting any fingerprints on it.
Run the old fingerprint trace. So I don't think we need any roll there because it's clean. It's a clean card.
Okay. I'm wearing like black slacks and a black cashmere turtleneck and belt and
nice.
with my glasses on, like as though I'm a smart guy.
Right. And, down on the tip of your nose, just like
looking at the microscope. So I'm just like so I'm going into my database. So I go onto my Bat computer and I look up with my various databases to see what I know about Black Mask.
Okay. So nothing coming up in your database on anybody calling themselves Black Mask. No known associations. Yeah, nothing.
Oh, okay. So I've never encountered this person before. I didn't know that.
That's correct.
Oh, okay.
This is the first appearance of Black Mask in our universe.
I see. Okay. I had no idea. So, but I was just checking against it just in case.
Of course.
So there's nothing I know about this.
Real quick.
Yeah.
How 80s are we?
Oh, we're hella 80s.
I'm trying to think of how I make some very special detective skills for this. So I would like to use some more detective skills.
Yes, indeed.
In terms of the symbology.
Let's look at the detective skill. Let's see what we can do with that.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got clue analysis, counterfeit recognition, identification systems, which allows you to verify the identity of another character, and police procedures. So I think clue analysis, obviously, would be the one to do. And in that case, we're gonna leave that. We're gonna roll that, and again, I will assign a difficulty.
Okay.
I really need to bookmark that page.
The Bat page?
It's the Bat page. That's right. Here we go. The universal modifier table. Okay. So obviously they'll have taken extreme measures to ensure that this was an untraceable card. They're not going to just, hand off a clue to their location unless they want you to know. So I would say it's extreme. So this would be your detective skill versus an opposing value of 8.
Oh, my detective skill is 12.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Lord.
You are the world's greatest detective.
I am, obviously.
Got to prove it.
Duh.
Let's see.
So let's see here. So I think I want to use, this feels important since I've never encountered this person before.
Yes.
So I am going to use, let's see here. I'm going to use 6.
Okay.
I'm going to add 6 to my detective.
Of 8. Okay.
Yeah.
So that would give you, actually, you really only need to add 5 because the range is 13 to 15. So
there we go. Okay, so 5.
Yeah. So 13 versus an 8 is a 5 or better.
Or better.
Wow.
Okay.
On 2d10?
Yep.
Oh.
Get some doubles.
Getting ready.
Oh!
That's a 5. That's
barely.
a 5.
Oh my
Holy
God.
Shit.
All right. Well,
Let
that's
me
all
just
you
see.
needed. That's all you
Thank
needed.
goodness.
So
My physical dice rolled a 7, so that's scary. All right. So I really am. I'm incredibly borderline stumped on this.
Yes.
Like I barely get around the corners of what this is, and I'm just like, oh,
correct.
this could possibly be ...
Okay. So you didn't get any column shifts. So
No.
Let me
I
throw
made
another
it though.
You did. So I'm going to throw another acronym at you, which is RAP. That's how 80s we are. Which stands for result APs. So you got 2 result APs because we're again looking at your detective skill of 8 versus a resistance value of 8. So that gives us 2 APs, or 2 RAPs rather. So then there's a nice little clue analysis chart here, nearly unreadable because of the blue.
Good.
Blue
Excellent.
background.
Blue
there,
on gray. Good.
Blue on gray. Really good job, guys.
Excellent color choices.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So basically, we look at one RAP, half the resistance value or the full resistance value. So in other words, you got 2 RAPs. You would need to get it up to 4 RAPs for us to get it to half resistance value, or 8 RAPs to get the full resistance value. So in other words, if you boosted your effect value by 3 points rather, we could get you to half. And if you spent a full 8 points, we could get you to full.
I'd wanted to spend 10 initially. Would that have had any bearing on this?
That makes no difference. So all you have to do, in fact, you can't spend 10 because you can only spend up to the value of your, attribute.
Detective skill?
Right.
That's 12.
It's 12.
Oh, it was 12? Why did I think it was 8? All right.
I don't know.
Never mind everything I just said.
Okay. Yeah,
okay,
no, I
12
spent
versus
5
8. 12 versus 8 is you spent okay. I was totally
You told me to spend 5
you.
and I had wanted to spend 12.
You had wanted to spend 12.
I think, or
you
8.
said
10,
you wanted to
10.
spend 6 initially.
6 initially. Thank you, Kenny.
You're welcome. Yeah, because your skill was 12 and then you wanted to
Mm-hmm.
spend half
of it. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right. Too many numbers.
This is when we're getting into this one is falling apart.
All right. So if you spend so actually you only needed to spend 4, not 5. That would have given you a 4 better.
Oh
and you rolled a 5, so you succeeded.
Yes.
So now we're going to drop down to the result table, and you got 12 effect value versus an 8 resistance value. So that actually gives you 6 RAPs. Okay, so we're already at half, and then all you have to do is spend 1 more hero point, and that'll get you to full.
That's what I would like to do, please. Thank you. It's funny because I ended up with the same total of expenditure of the hero points. But okay,
fascinating.
Weird. Okay, so I'm staring at this card. I am poring over it, and I'm lost in my. I'm trying to figure this out because I'm very worried about Jason.
Learned from the clue.
Yes.
Everything that can be learned from the clue.
Adding to the story, but
I like it. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. I'm just yeah. Okay.
Because it's been like a couple of hours, and I'm getting really more anxious to get into that suit and to find Jason, aka Robin.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I am going to say that you identify just the fact that you're laughing at me.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me just do a quick recap here of the scenario seed. Right. Okay. Okay. Leverage. All right. Good.
Oh wait, what? Wait, no.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to say that what you discern from this, obviously, like I say, it was handled by glove wearing persons. There's no trace of any fingerprints, no hairs or other DNA evidence or anything of that nature.
Yes, but I know that these villains they tend to like to leave something in their little calling cards that really just shows their hand, which is something I actively fight against all the time with my secret identity. So I know that their egos are so overblown that it's almost impossible for them to not leave something for me, like a hook for me to latch onto. So yeah.
Okay. So there's
this is what's happening in my bat brain. I'm just telling you.
Yes, of course. So there's 2 things that you glean from analyzing this card.
Yes.
One is that although there were no fingerprints or other like identifying, biological marks, I guess you could say, bio indicators on this card, there is a faint but noticeable aroma that has embedded itself into the paper of the card.
What could it possibly be?
Of a man's cologne.
Oh.
And then the other thing that you discern is that the card was printed on some kind of like old-fashioned, sort of daisy wheel printer. Obviously, done in secret kind of DIY style. It wasn't printed by a professional printing company of any kind. You run, you stick the card into your little like
bat analyzer,
and it picks up the the aroma, the odor coming off the card, and it identifies it as being a man's cologne.
Obsession for men.
Obsession. It's not upset. That would be kind of appropriate. But what's a good synonym for obsession? I think. Anyway, it's a particular cologne that was manufactured by Janus Cosmetics. And you are well aware of Janus Cosmetics because earlier this year it was one of your leading headaches in your Bruce Wayne persona.
Yep.
So this is Delusion for Men. This is
Delusion.
Oh my God. I need some of that. Maybe I'm on it. Yeah,
you're already on it. Delusion for Men. Yep. Okay. Wow. And, and it's from Janus Cosmetics. I recognize that.
And this was actually one of the product releases from the last year or two that were spearheaded by the former president of the company, Roman Sionis, after he took over running the company following the mysterious deaths of his parents. He just made a series of incredibly questionable business decisions that caused the company to basically go into a bankruptcy tailspin that you had to bail them out of on the condition that he be removed from the board. So one such example being naming a cologne Delusion.
Right. That's no good.
Yeah. There are crates and crates of unsold Delusion bottles sitting in warehouses down at the docks.
Okay. The docks.
In a warehouse at the docks, you say?
Yes.
Exactly. Indeed, I do.
Yes.
Do I smell anything?
There is the distinctive aroma of men's cologne mixing with the general odor of low tide, creating quite a nauseating,
disgusting.
And cigars, probably.
Well, actually, so
unless Roman's on the scene. Okay, so I'm putting two and two together.
Okay.
And I think I gotta go check out the docks.
Yep.
So I start my transformation into Batman. I go
copyrighted Danny Elfman music.
Right.
We can't play.
But do you have nipples though?
No, I do not.
Okay.
So what I have, I go into my little dressing room, and I go into this little mini library, and then I open up this other chamber, and it is my dressing room. And I go into the dressing room, and I frantically start putting on black eye makeup all over my eyes, and I get on my little space age fabric body stocking because I don't want my suit to get gross. And I put on my bat suit, and the last thing I put on is my cowl and my cape, and I awkwardly turn with a hard angle to the Batmobile, and I run out of the chamber into the Batmobile, and I rev it up, and I am out of there. That's kind of that's what viewers can rely upon every time they get excited about it. So
nice.
transformation.
The transformation sequence. What did we land on with
what?
With the Batmobile in terms of like what it looks like?
Oh, we said it was kind of like the Charger kind of thing, like from the Batman recently.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right.
Charger-esque, right? Charger-esque.
Yes.
And
kind of low key, not like screaming Batmobile. Basically.
No, not screaming Batmobile, not like former military.
Maybe you have like it might be like a Stingray, like one of those old classic Stingrays.
Ooh, I like that too. I think there's a little bit of that kind of an effect to it. I like that.
Yeah. But kind of that muscle car vibe.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. So
although when you were describing, I think it's just because you have a feminine voice, but when you were describing your transformation sequence, I couldn't help but picture like a magical girl like transformation sequence, Sailor Moon style.
I live. I would love it. Well, I just have to use my more gravelly Batman voice.
There you go.
There you
transformation.
Go. Now I'm in it.
Now you're there. You're like, okay, I got it. Putting on the eye makeup, perfect. So I am going to add the mascara. Because my eyelashes are lighter than the black eye makeup, so I have to put mascara on.
Right.
All right. So anyway, I am driving down, getting to the pier as fast as possible. One of the piers as fast as possible. The warehouse docks, where I know that's where that cologne is being stored now.
All right. Okay. So as the Batmobile tears out of the Bristol district on its way to the waterfront, we will switch back to young Jason Todd hanging upside down. And yes, indeed, there's a smell of cologne, there is the smell of low tide, and then quite suddenly there is the drifting smell of cigar smoke as well.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And there's these two guys in front of me still.
Yeah, I mean, approximate. They're just standing around. They're actually smoking cigarettes. They're not smoking cigars. At least the ones who, the guy in the ski mask and the the Ronald Reagan guy, the Winnie the Pooh mask guy is out of luck.
Oh, okay. So are they looking at me? Are they paying attention to me at all?
Not really. Like I said, they seem to be a little on edge, and
we should be
like they're waiting for something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I kind of want to get my hands up to my ankles, grab the hook, or grab the rope that my feet are tied to, or whatever, and then lift myself out of there, so that I can get, into a position, of slicing through the rest of these with my batarang while making as no noise, is the goal.
Okay.
All right.
Because I want to be able to just cat paw land and then skitter behind some crates or whatever.
Oh, okay. I love that. I love it. If it happens.
Where'd he go?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Hey.
All right. So
hey, kid.
I will say that as you are planning to execute this plan, you do hear the sound of another vehicle rolling up slowly along the rotted piers.
Would that give me pause? How deep into the warehouse am I? Do I feel like I can execute this without being seen or heard?
No, you are. Okay. You are kind of centered in the warehouse.
Oh,
it's the center pillar. Yes. Oh, I should also mention that the warehouse is an old one. It's an old brick warehouse. With skylights and whatnot,
I think then I might once I know that I'm kind of I'm in this position for a while, I might just start harassing these dorks in front of me,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And just being hey, Spaz, is that what is that? Tell me that heinous smell is coming out of your undershorts there.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I love it.
Yeah, once I can smell like all the old fish or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Lamos. All right, so get off his lawn, lamos.
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, so character interaction. All right, so you're basically going to taunt them, is what you're saying.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sassy pants.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So we're gonna look at this is your influence versus their aura. Okay. And then influence versus spirits. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say these are experienced thugs. So their aura is a 3.
A 3, and my influence is a 6.
Yeah.
Hot diggity dog. All right, so 6
That's
versus
something that Robin
3.
would say.
It is. 6 versus 3 is a 9 or better. Would you like to spend any hero points here?
That's a good question. I guess I don't really have any mechanical benefit that in mind to get out of this. So is there something I would get if I totally trump this roll?
You're just looking for column shifts, and the more wraps you generate, is the more effective it is. So
yeah.
You could just leave this one to a straight roll, and then if you succeed, you could maybe spend hero points on the result to try and boost that.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Okay.
What am I looking for? A 9?
You are looking for a 9 or better. Roll some doubles for me.
Oh, there's a 9.
Oh, 9.
Okay.
Wow.
So we are then looking at influence versus spirit. Okay. So it's the same influence for you. Their spirit, they have a spirit of 4. They're motivated.
Okay.
They're spirited thugs.
But let's see. So it's this is 6, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 6 versus 4. That gets you 2 wraps, which is deducted from their aura, I think it said, right?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Or is it from their spirit?
Target is intimidated if the spirit. Sorry. So
spirit, because that's their resistance.
Oh, right. Okay. Jesus. This is the toughest part about this, keeping these all sorted out. Okay. So the aura, actually, we're looking at the aura, not the spirit. Okay, same thing. It's a spirit 3, but it's the same column, so that's fine. All right, so you got 2 wraps, and that is deducted from their spirit. Their spirit is 4. Okay, so let's see. A target is intimidated if the wraps earned equal or exceed their spirit. So we would want to get you up to 4. Okay. 4 wraps, and that would be spending 1 more hero point. We get you up to 4 wraps.
Did it.
All right. However, I have hero points too, you fool. So I am going to spend all 4 of my hero points that I can spend, since I have a spirit of 4, giving me an effective spirit of 8.
Ooh.
Against your 7, bumps you back down to 2 wraps. So you would have to spend another 3.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
No, sorry, 4. Another 4.
All right, I'm doing it.
It's fine. I'll be there soon.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Jason.
All right.
All right. I did it. I'm down to 25 HP.
All right. And I can spend no more. So, okay. That's all right. I'm just siphoning off hero points. All right. So,
true.
So you're like, is that heinous smell coming from your underwear? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Undershorts. Let's be accurate.
I did say undershorts.
From your BVDs.
Yeah, that's what he should have said.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and who were you directing this at? Ski Mask or Reagan?
Reagan, definitely Reagan.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right. So he looks over, and even though he's wearing like a full rubber mask, you can almost see the incredulity in his body language. and he like doesn't even know what's really saying, and Ski Mask kind of like punches him on the shoulder, and he's like, "You gonna let that kid talk to you like that?"
Oh, here we go.
And so Reagan comes over, and he produces a little switchblade, and he says, "Well, I oughta, you little punk, I had to cut you down right now so I can beat the crap out of you 1-on-1, mano a mano. What would you say to that, huh?"
I say, bite me, old man.
Yes.
So he looks he kind of
oh my god.
he looks like he's gonna do it.
Oh my god.
When you hear a voice from behind, like over back towards the doorway, which you can't see, a voice calling out, going, "Just what do you think you're doing?" And the guy stops.
I want to look at him and say, "Daddy's calling."
Nice, I like it.
Well, he barely pays you any attention as he immediately backpedals away, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, boss. This kid's mouthing off. I was going to teach him a lesson." And you can hear the sound of fine patent leather shoes clicking on the asphalt. Somebody's walking in. You can smell that cigar smoke, And he goes, now, I told you we need him for leverage. I've dispatched my telegram to Wayne, and all we need to do is just wait for him to cave in and meet our demands. Pay no attention to what this little whelp has to say. And at this point, you can see he stops next to you. You see the shined shoes and the fine pinstripe trousers, and you crane your neck to look up, and you can see there's this guy sort of towering over you, and he's looking down at you, and he's wearing this like sort of shiny rubberized black skull mask over his head.
Cool.
That's sweet. Pretty badass.
All right, Batman.
Giving you some ideas, Jason
Todd. So exactly. He's wearing a red hood. So
you don't say.
I stab him.
Does it come in red?
Yeah.
Stab him.
I stab him. All right, so Batman, you've arrived in the waterfront district.
I'm here.
Now, as you well know, the waterfront district has recently undergone some extensive renovations. So it says here, the waterfront is one of the areas of Gotham that has actually improved over the last decade.
It's true.
Many of the docks have been enlarged to accommodate the new freighters and supertankers, allowing all but the very largest ships to dock in Gotham. The increased economic activity has given companies an incentive to invest in these storage facilities, and the civic authorities the motivation to keep crime out of the waterfront. Much of the illegal activity, which used to be centered here, has moved to the Lower East Side, but a few hardy criminals or those with legitimate businesses continue to operate along the waterfront.
Okay.
The warehouses are constructed of aluminum siding over a steel skeleton. There are no residential housing in the waterfront. Few transients live there. Docks themselves are equipped with cranes and bulldozer-like vehicles used to tow huge skids of cargo. Dozens of forklifts around the docks. Yes. So, yes, it's quite a bustling little hub of activity.
All right. So, but I know where this, like, our warehouse is for
Wayne
Janice.
Enterprises?
Wayne Enterprises, Janice, cosmetic
Flash
warehouse.
Janice. Yes. Okay. Yes, you do. Yes, you do indeed.
So I'm going to stealthily make my way to that warehouse.
Okay. All right. So we'll assume you park a little ways away.
Yeah.
Get out of the Batmobile, make your way through back alleys, so forth.
Yeah,
How do you want to approach?
I think there's a spot like near the docks that's kind of this kind of semi-obscured place where I can park it, and then I'll make my way into the dock proper. And then what was your question?
How do you want to approach?
Yeah. I want to kind of approach closer to the not like directly in front, just like walking along each warehouse, but like usually there's just these little like kind of like other places, I would say like pathways like that are facing the water itself, that are like bordering, like I want to be like on the furthest side of the pier that's facing the water, kind of approaching the warehouse from the back, if that makes sense.
Sure. And
I guess like where the loading docks would be, I guess.
Right. So you're kind of making your way amongst the cranes and the aforementioned forklifts and so forth.
Yeah. I'm using my little glider batarang to like glide and.
Oh, stealth. Are you gibboning it over? Are you like swinging from crane to crane? Is that what's going on? Or...
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Because I'm Batman.
Right.
That's what I do.
Well, you are Batman. That's true. We'll say it's around twilight because I'm Batman. Yeah. We'll say it's around twilight, so you have that on your side. Most of the workers have knocked off for the day, gone home, you know, and yeah, so you're swinging from crane to crane using your batarang. Yeah. And so we'll say, for extra dramatics, we'll say you alight upon the nearest crane, and you're looking down at this warehouse.
Yeah.
That's like across the street. And you see no sign of any activity. Everything's locked up, closed up, no lights are on except for the
skylights, right?
Of course there's skylights. But there's there's just the street lights and whatnot. And you even see a security guard kind of making his way down along the dockside street.
Okay.
Idly swinging his truncheon about.
So is there a way for me to get on top of the roof? Because if it's like aluminum siding, and that seems pretty noisy. It seems like
it does. Yeah.
He's here.
Yeah, exactly.
Just rolling off the other side. Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's see here. What are we working with here for you?
I mean, I want to stealth. I want to stealth it up, This is what I do.
Yeah. No, you want to be stealthy.
I have my thief skills.
Yes, you do.
And I'd like to use
and that
those.
includes stealth. So I'm gonna say yes. Let's get a roll there for your stealth. You can use your thief skill.
Okay.
And
that would be that would be affiliated with my dex, right? It's the same.
No, it's just your thief skill value.
Yeah, it's 10.
Value. 10. Okay.
Okay. All right.
It just happens to be 10. Happens to be equal to your dex. Wonderful.
Okay.
So how do we do there? What did you get? A 9?
7.
Oh, there it is. A 7. Yeah, I forget roll20 doesn't automatically show you the most recent roll.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. So let me get back to the action table here. So we're getting a 10. And this is a difficulty of 2. So all you needed was a 4 or better.
Cool.
So 7 is good enough. Not good enough for any column shifts, but that's fine. And then your thiefy effect value of 10 versus resistance value of 2 gives you 8 wraps. Okay, so yes. So we'll say that, somehow, do you want to approach the roof? Is that what you were saying?
Yes. I'd like to figure out a way to you said it was also brick. You mentioned this warehouse had some brick in it, maybe?
I didn't mention that to you.
Oh, but I'm seeing the warehouse. Would I see
it's all
the brick
aluminum
in front
siding.
Of me?
There's no brick. There's no brick to be seen.
Oh shit. Anyway, I'm on this warehouse. I'm in the warehouse. It's all good.
Okay, so
everything's fine and going according
I'm
to
in
plan.
the aluminum warehouse.
So
I am in the brick warehouse.
I'm
in the brick warehouse and the aluminum warehouse.
No, Anyway, I figure out a way to get onto the roof stealthily.
Indeed. Somehow you batarang your way across.
Well,
we won't worry about the physics.
No, but I alight onto the roof like a bat.
Yes.
And I very carefully start moving toward the skylights.
Okay, very good. So keep trying to play this Rivertown track and forgetting it's like some Ren Fair shit. Okay,
yeah,
so
like Ren Fair. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll just.
No, this isn't fine, but it's
sounds city. Okay. So you have alighted upon this warehouse. You are looking down through a skylight. You know, obviously you're very involved in your wheelings and dealings, your company's what would we say, affairs.
Mm-hmm.
And so that this is the very warehouse where the unsold crates of Janus Cosmetics Delusion for Men were being kept. Except that as you were looking down through the skylight, you can see that those crates are no longer in their assigned berths. Those berths are empty. There's no sign of the crates.
All right, I got to figure out a way in, so I think I'll
just crash through. That's what Batman does.
Yeah, well, at a dramatic moment. At a dramatic moment.
True. Yeah. Would you stop?
Yeah. So I'm gonna sidle down the side of the building. And then try to find an entrance toward near the loading docks.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it's reasonable that yeah. Can we reasonably assume that you would have your Wayne Enterprises key card on you at all times?
That might be an identifier, so...
Oh, good point. All right, well, in that case, you're going to have to pick the lock.
Yeah, I know. I'm a thief. I got it. Okay, so I can use my thief skill. 10.
Again, a 10. I'll say in this case it's difficult, so that's a resistance of 4, or opposing of 4.
Oh.
So 10 versus 4, you need a 5 or better.
Oh, God. 11.
Ooh, nice. Column shift. Nice. All right.
Easily, with no wear and tear on the no obvious damage to the door.
That's right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So it clicks open, and I.
You make a mental note to beef up the security on your warehouses.
I go, if Batman can get in here, who knows who can get in here? That's right. I'm gonna open up the door quietly.
You realize they only installed the key card locks on the front doors. These back doors still have these old-fashioned key entries. They're easily picked.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so
you've moved into the warehouse.
I'm in the warehouse.
And like I say,
and there's no boxes.
Shut down for the day. The crates are gone.
Is there the foreman's office?
There's the foreman's office, absolutely.
I'm gonna walk in there and see what I can find.
All right, so moving like the shadow of the bat that you are.
That's right.
You enter the foreman's office, and of course, this being 1986, everything is still analog. There's a big accounts book right there on the ink blotter on the desk for you to peer through with your little pen light.
All right, so I'm looking at it.
And you very quickly locate, a recent transaction from just a week ago that transferred all of the crates of the unsold bottles of Delusion cologne for men to a subsidiary warehouse on the Lower East Side.
Damn it. Okay. So I log that away. I just know that this is the place. So I drop the ledger and I leave and get back into the Batmobile, and I am racing to the Lower East Side.
Which, ironically, as you can see, is actually just across from what was it, Bristol, the Bristol district that you started from. Right under your own bat nose. So,
God damn it, my little snub nose.
Meanwhile, back at the warehouse, as dusk is gathering, young Jason Todd looks up at the face of his own death. Could it be?
Yeah, and I'm definitely when he shows up, I've been snarky and the whole time, but when I see his face, I'm like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, it's scary.
This guy's serious.
Yeah, exactly.
It's committed to the bit.
This dude's all in on the mask thing.
For real, he won the contest. Yeah,
I'm taking notes.
That's right.
I can't help but be a little
impressed.
Yeah, impressed. Exactly. All right, so that is fine.
So he's rambling about leverage and
and I'm not snarky
evil
to this guy, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm snarky to his goons,
Yeah.
but this guy I'm like kind of afraid. So I'm like, where the hell is Bruce?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. So the woman in the porcelain mask emerges from the foreman's office where she's been sitting reading a newspaper, and so she comes out, and this black mask fellow walks over, and she says, "Took you long enough." Which he says, you know, I had a few hang-ups back at the airport and getting through customs. And then they proceed into the office together. And as he walks in, he looks back at the goons and he says, "Just don't touch the kid, okay?" They walk in.
As soon as he's out of earshot, I'm like, yeah, you heard him.
This sounds like the kid who has like a super secret advanced version of like a Sega game system or something. Like he has that level of sass and like
he's like the antagonist in The Wizard, the movie The Wizard.
Totally, yeah. I love the power glove.
It's so boss or so bad, yeah. It's gonna steal Rilo Kiley away from you. So yeah, what are you gonna do? Your wrists are free. The ankle cord is gonna snap at any minute. You know, if you put any level of stress on it. So what would you like to do?
Well, I'll ask the same question. Do I feel like I can make a getaway where I am right now?
That's right. You had your little sneaky plan, right? Your little sneaky Pete plan.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to say like what's behind you. What you can see in front of you is like sort of the foreman's office to your 9 o'clock, and then the thugs are at your 12 o'clock, and then the exit from the place is somewhere off behind you at your 5 o'clock. Yeah. So
the clock is busy.
You don't think the door's been closed. You would have heard that. Plus, you can feel that sea breeze coming in still. So,
if I look at my skills, can I make what does detective do? Can I use detective to discern, like, to discern like my or plot an escape route for me?
Oh, good question. All right, let's go to the skills. And advantages. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, detective A. Not really.
Okay.
Thief would be a better one for you, because thief includes escape artist.
Well, then and thief is a better skill for me, so I'll use thief.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so the AV and EV equal to the APs of the skill. The OV and RV is drawn from the universal modifier table. Positive wraps indicate the character has successfully escaped. Okay. So in other words, all you have to do is just fucking succeed. All right,
God.
So I will say, because of what you have done,
No pressure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
Just
it's not
Kenny.
so much about escaping from the bonds, because I think you've set that up nicely.
Yeah.
It's more about doing it in a way that you're not spotted, right? So I would say under those circumstances, I'll call this difficult. So you have a opposing value of 4.
Okay. It's not bad.
Okay. And
what's your acting value? It's
6.
6. Okay, so 6 versus 4, you need a 9 or better currently. Now you can spend hero points, of course.
I'm going to use 6 hero points.
Ooh,
Nice.
yeah. So that makes it a 4 or better.
4 or better. Let's go. Ooh, a 9.
Ooh.
All right, cool.
My God.
I know.
All right, and then we've got 6 versus 4 is going to give you 2 wraps. And but then I said that you got 2 column shifts, so that actually gives you all. Okay, great. All right. So yeah. I don't know. What do you do? You wriggle your way out? Are you making your way for the exit? Like what's the plan here?
Oh yeah. So I bring my I kind of start to swing back and forth a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And I get to the point where I can kind of like hurl my my shoulders towards my knees. I grab the rope with my hand, with one hand, and then with my other hand, I've got the batarang. I shove it between my ankles and rip the last bit of cord through.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hanging by one hand on this hook now, looking around, making sure that the coast is clear.
Uh-huh.
I do a 3-point landing, making sure I drop, silent drop, 3-point landing, keeping the batarang up, so I'm like ready to make moves.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I look around, and I basically so I'm using my and I stay low to the ground, super low, and I just go towards the closest like stack of crates that is kind of like close to the office, because I actually want to eavesdrop a little bit and see if the two higher ups are talking. I want to get close to them, but staying hidden is my top priority. Hearing anything is a secondary.
Okay. Wow, nice.
Thank you.
Very cool. Very cool.
All right. So the three thugs have fallen into an argument about whether or not the good witch of the East was actually a villain or not. I don't know.
The Wicked Witch of the East.
Her sister was a witch, etc.
Yeah,
Came down in a bubble, etc.
Yeah. Ahead of their time, these thugs.
Yeah, they were.
They were. Well, especially since in that video, like one of them was like, "I'm gonna stab him," and like he actually has a fucking penknife in his hand. Like,
he like clicks the knife.
See
open.
These guys doing it.
Yeah.
So so they're sufficiently distracted. You do drop down and using some of these cologne crates as cover, you make your way over to the foreman's office and sort of press yourself up against the outer wall.
And there's a shot of me like crinkling my nose and like smelling one of the crates, and then I plug my nose and start waving the air around.
Ew.
Yeah, totally.
Oh my god.
Gnarly.
Gnarly. Oh man.
Heinous.
It's heinous, man.
All right.
Okay.
You're pressing yourself up against the wall. And like, if this were a comics panel, we'd have like a sort of worm's eye view looking up at you, pressed up against the wall, and the pane of glass above you, and like Black Mask is just standing there like looking out but not seeing you,
see it so good.
Yeah.
As he's like puffing on a cigar,
Yep. Yeah.
And he's saying something like I'm telling you, Circe, Wayne will crumble as soon as he gets my message. I'll be back on the board at Janus in no time. I don't know what it is about these kids that he adopts. It's all a little iffy to me, if you ask me.
Wait a minute.
But he seems to treat them like his own children.
Right. Okay. All right. That's fine.
Okay. And then at that point, there's suddenly one of the guys yells out. He's like, "Hey, boss, the kid's gone."
There's a thought bubble above my head that says, "All right, time to blitz."
Blitz. Oh my god.
Cursing a bunch of like asterisks and pound signs and exclamation points. Black Mask, throws the door open and comes, striding out, and it's, around the corner from where you are, obviously, so you can see him walking out back towards where you came from, and he's just like, he's like, "I'll have all your skins for this. You sons of bitches, find him. You go out the door, see if he got out. The rest of you start canvassing in here. We'll find this little bastard."
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, so I definitely get low to the ground there. And I'm thinking again, I'm like, all right, Bruce, any minute.
So speaking of which,
No.
the Batmobile is cruising along the rotting
Speeding.
piers. No.
Cruising.
Speeding, not
Trust me.
cruising.
Do you want to go into the water? Is that what you want?
I think
arrived.
I think it
You have
can I
arrived?
think it can do that. I think it can be
Well,
a
that's true,
speedboat.
actually. Yeah, let's
That's
let's find out what hidden powers the Batmobile has.
Yes.
No, you have arrived in the sort of, you know, decaying waterfront of the Lower East Side with its brick warehouses.
Womp womp.
And yeah, you are driving slowly along the wooden pier, because if you go any faster, you run the risk of the whole thing collapsing under you. But up ahead, you can see there's a warehouse that you know, has its lights blazing, unlike all the other ones around it. And there are like two vehicles parked outside. There's like a you know, just a sort of mid-sized sedan, and then a rather nice looking Rolls Royce. And you can see that there's a fellow standing next to the Rolls, wearing a chauffeur's outfit, but also like some kind of weird, you know, mask over his face,
right,
concealing his features. And then you see a guy come running out from the warehouse looking very agitated. He's wearing you know, a Winnie the Pooh mask, and he runs up to the chauffeur and he's like, you know, interrogating him. He's like asking him very urgent questions, you know.
Okay,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to just stride up to them and just do a good old-fashioned head smash for both of them.
You just clunk them together like a couple of coconuts.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'd like to do that if possible.
All right. So
I stealthily walk up.
Right. Yes, exactly. So I want to determine whether you can approach these guys without them noticing you. And
well, they're pretty much absorbed in this thing that they're talking about. They're very absorbed in it. So
absolutely they are. So and then we'll do a multi-attack against these two guys. So let's just do we'll do like a Dex versus their what would we say, against their aura.
Yeah.
Dex versus aura.
So I'm gonna use I have lightning reflexes. By the way. And
that's been factored in.
Okay, just checking. And so my Dex
Doesn't hurt
10.
to ask. Dex 10.
Just making
their
sure
aura
we're covering
is,
all of our bases.
Let's see, wait a minute. Their aura is 3. All right, so a 10 versus 3 is a 5 or better.
Okay. Oh my god. 10.
Ooh, nice. Not quite a column shift, but that's fine. And then let's see. 10 versus aura 3 again. That is 6 wraps. Okay, so I'm gonna say that you almost get the drop on them, right? Like you kind of
I want them to notice me. I want them to be scared. I want them to have that little glimmer of like, oh shit, it's Batman. It's like a fish. It's like a fish in the water suddenly going, there's a shark. Shit, right? That kind of a feeling.
Okay, so you run up on these guys in a little commando crouch, and then like at the last minute, you come up to your full height, and they both look over like and then okay, so
situation.
we're actually gonna So we're actually going to do initiative for the first time. Your initiative value is what exactly?
34.
Okay, so there's no way, even if I roll a 10, that I can beat that. So you're gonna go first.
Yeah. Okay.
That's awesome.
So remind me. So am I rolling my my
so it's Dex versus Dex. You're doing a multi-attack, which means you're going to suffer column shifts against you, but that's okay. So
I'm going to use 10. I'm going to use 10 hero points.
Well, let's see. Let's just see. Let's look at your odds here. So you're at Dex 10.
Yes.
They are Dex 3. So right now you need a 5 or better. Best you can do is a 3 or better. That would be if you spent 3 hero points.
Okay, yeah. I'm getting the hang of it.
You're gonna go for it? Yeah.
3. Yeah, I'm adding 3.
Okay. All right, go for it.
Okay.
See the doubles.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Get them doubles, girl.
No.
So
close.
12. So it's 12 technically.
No, you're not adding to
oh.
the roll. You're adding to your acting value. So
great.
So that's fine. The 9 is good enough to get us to the result table. So we're going to use your strength or martial arts. I assume martial arts.
Yeah,
right?
I'm using martial arts.
What's your martial arts?
10.
Yeah. Against their body of, what is our body here? Body of 3. Okay. So 10 versus 3. Now you're multi-attacking, so it's going to be Uno column shift to the right. So that would do 4 points of body damage to both of them.
Oh my god.
And so that's enough to knock them both out.
Yeah. Badass.
Yay.
Oh man, that's cool.
Yeah,
dude.
So just swoop in.
I have things
Is this a great
say.
system?
I have things to say about this system, but I'll wait until the end.
Yeah. So okay, so you knock these two guys out. So meanwhile, inside, and then you can hear like shouting coming from the warehouse, right? So,
but like once I do that really quickly, I just want to describe the action. So then I do that without even like swoop up, conk their heads, and then just keep going. Forward. Like nothing's gonna stop me. Like I'm heading
like
directly
not even
to the
breaking
entrance.
stride, basically.
No. Yeah. It's that kind of a move. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so inside the warehouse, these guys have fanned out. One of them has drawn.
There's 2 of them. There's Cersei and Black Mask. There's 4.
Correct. So Cersei's still in the office, although she's watching everything.
Well, I don't know.
She's like in the doorway.
I feel like she would just she would know exactly where Jason is. Like I just have this feeling. But I'm just saying.
Oh,
interesting. What a twist.
Motherly instinct.
That's
Exactly.
right. Well, she's standing in the doorway. We'll say that. And then Black Mask is kind of taking a position over near where the hook is. And then Reagan and Ski Mask are just looking around. Reagan has pulled a little pistol, and Ski Mask has Reagan has his switchblade, and then Ski Mask has the pistol. So they're both armed, but Black Mask is saying, like, remember, you can't kill him, but you can cut him up a little bit. He needs to learn his lesson. So what are we doing there?
Do I hear him say that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I think to myself, I graduated a long time ago, old man, from the streets.
Ooh, School of Hard Knocks.
School of Hard Knocks. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
It's like on your Facebook profile, you put like graduated from School of Hard Knocks and Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
No, definitely not that.
Just streets.
All right. So
this is Facebook, so it's like 2008.
True.
All right. So so then what happens?
Okay, well, I'll give these guys a chance to spot you. So what is
Oh, I'm in the door. Oh, for Jason?
Yeah, for Jason. So what's Jason's thief skill?
6.
All right. 6, so you're the opposing value, and then they are searching for you, and I'd say, well, they have thief as well. It takes a thief to catch a thief, so we'll just oppose those two. All right, so 3 versus 6. I need a 13 or better. Okay.
Oh God.
There's like a part of me that's like, wants to default into this being some kind of Powered by the Apocalypse thing where I never roll the dice, and then I'm like,
totally.
oh wait, no, I can actually roll the dice.
Yeah.
All right, advanced dice roller. Fuck it, I'll just say this. 2d10. All right.
Nice.
What did I say I needed? A 13?
13.
All right, so that's, we'll say that was Ski Mask and Reagan. All right, so you have.
I like to think, there's times where like they're looking at where I was, but now I'm like behind another crate.
Yeah. Over here, gentlemen. Or am I over here?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And I'm like, look at these bozos.
Look at these bozos.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They are bozos.
Oh my God. All right. So Very good. So meanwhile, Batman.
Yeah.
You're kind of, you didn't break a stride. You're approaching this warehouse door. You see a guy kind of cross, from one side to the other of the door. He's wearing a ski mask. He has a gun in his hand. He's clearly looking for something. And then you can see further inside, there's some dude in a pinstripe suit wearing a black skull mask. So just another night in Gotham,
That's right. That's right.
So what do you think?
So I walk inside.
Oh, you're just going to walk in?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You're like, all right, what's going on here?
I'm walking. Well, okay. So, yeah. Right. What's all
no, I mean, that's
all
legit.
this then?
I'm
walking in. I'm walking in, but I also have access to my shuriken.
Yes, you do.
As well. So.
And your plastic explosives.
Am I okay?
Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, don't underestimate those.
I do want to blow up the perfume because that stuff's disgusting. But
burn down this warehouse.
I will burn it down. But
a massive fire engulfed the warehouses on the Lower East Side earlier tonight.
Exactly. Again, another night in Gotham. Yeah. All right, so I am going to.
Sorry. It's just like when Harley blows up the chemical factory in Birds of Prey. It's just
yeah.
It's like lighting up the cologne. It's just like.
Yeah.
Massive blooming fireballs,
My actions have consequences. All right, so I'm gonna break out. I'm gonna wield my shuriken.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna break those out of my wherever the hell they are on my I don't know.
Well, your utility belt.
So I'm gonna pull them out, right? And I'm gonna start. I want to throw one at both of the henchmen, where they are in the room.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So
nice.
One at one and one at the other one.
Okay.
If I can.
That would be another multi-attack, but sure.
Yeah, let's do it. That's what Batman does.
It's true.
It's all
Absolutely.
about the multi-attacks, man.
Yep.
Once I get rid of those guys, then I can focus on the other two. Well, I don't think I see Cersei. I just see Black Mask.
Right, correct. So you're just coming in like a wrecking ball. You're just walking in, just like at these guys. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna give Black Mask, who has a terrible initiative as well. Never mind. Go ahead.
What? He's looking for Jason.
I was gonna give him an initiative roll to maybe spot you first, but
try it. Why are you being so?
Because your initiative is what again?
It's 34, but I don't give a fuck.
My initiative is 11 on this guy. Now you can spend hero points to boost your initiative.
Yes, you can.
Oh, what the hell? Let's do it. So
Come on,
34. So how much would I have to spend to even have a shot? I'll spend 20 hero points.
Okay.
Give myself an initiative of 31. So let's all roll initiative, all of us. So for Robin,
which is just 1d10, right?
It's 1d10 plus your initiative value.
Plus the initiative value.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So Robin's initiative value is 18.
So 1d10 plus 18.
Plus 18, correct.
Yeah.
26, baby.
Okay. And I'm going to roll.
Oh!
Damn. So you are 30.
I rolled
35?
1. 35.
Ooh.
I hate roll 20. Officially. Officially. I've said this so many times. I fucking hate.
You begged David to roll this initiative.
I did not. No.
She said, "Can we please use roll 20? I beg of you."
No. I'm fine with him rolling initiative. It's just that if I was rolling my regular freaking physical dice, this shit would not be happening to me. Just saying.
All right, here I go. I'm rolling.
I love this. I love this though. I love this because this makes it complicated and weird.
This is drama.
If I roll 4 or less, you still win initiative because a tie would go to the higher deck. So here we go.
Oh, 5.
That's a 5.
Beat
That's
you by
5.
1.
Yes, I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. All right. So never mind. Maybe I'm fine with the roll 20, but I always get these shitty rolls here.
I know. No, but I won. I beat you.
I know.
Oh, okay.
That's
but
why
you're
I'm
fine
happy.
With that. You're liking it.
It's exciting because it's like someone gets the jump on Batman. I need a challenge.
Say no more.
I like it. That's what I meant.
Right.
I hope that made sense.
It makes sense now. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you. Because
no, I wasn't
I'm
celebrating my loss because it's cool. But I am annoyed. I am annoyed that I get shitty rolls on these little virtual tabletops. That's all I'm saying.
Certainly.
It's complicated.
This would not have happened on Foundry. I'm just saying.
gonna use it. It's fine. We don't need to
Damn.
be convinced.
It just doesn't happen.
It just doesn't happen. It
It
never
just doesn't
happens.
happen. It never happens. I found it.
No, it just doesn't. Oh, I love this. So while I'm focused on like attacking these guys, I mean, that's obviously what makes it so easy to see me, I guess.
Right. And you're probably looking for me too.
And I am looking around.
Well, do you know that I'm here?
No, not yet, but I am I'm
Oh,
assuming
right.
you might be.
Yeah.
I'm hoping you are. Yeah, I'm hoping that Jason's here. So what's going on there? We have to do the multi-attack thing.
Okay, so Black
no,
Mask's gonna go first. So he sees you walking in, and just immediately reaches inside his coat and pulls out a .45 automatic.
Oh man.
And he
Of
points
course.
it at you. He points it at you, and he says, "Not one more step, Batman."
Oh, I'm so excited.
It is good. I know. So I'm staring at him.
Yes. So I'm gonna give him an intimidation attack against you.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I
See
know,
about
right?
that.
We'll see about that. Oh, Batman runs away.
My aura.
Yeah.
My aura is kind of poopy, but I have iron nerves.
Wait, what? When you say kind of poopy, what are we talking about?
8.
Oh, an aura of 8. Oh, it's terrible.
What's your influence? What's Black Mask's influence?
Black Mask's influence is a 7.
Hey,
so
why are you making
he's in
fun
with
of
a
me?
chance.
I'm giving you credit for like beating him. Like I don't.
No, I'm just saying an aura of 8 is like superhuman, and yet I'm just saying by Batman standards, it's like, oh, it's just an 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
It's subjective.
I know,
Please honor my subjective experience as Batman.
oh my god.
Okay, the moniker billionaire is unfair.
No.
This is your
Utterly.
Oh, Jesus. All right, so I need to keep track of my hero points here. So I spent 20. I spent 20 on the
draw a
initiative.
gun on Batman.
Yeah. Well,
Dude,
hey,
that's what we're talking about. That's the level that we're at here.
Yeah.
All right.
It is one of those movie moments, like a moment in a movie where you're just like, oh shit, like he got the drop on Batman. How?
Batman.
How did this happen?
All right. So I'm spending my full 7 to make my influence of 14. Would you like to spend hero points to boost your aura?
Oh yeah, baby. I'm gonna spend 16.
You can only spend up to your AV value in your attribute.
Right.
Oh, okay, 8.
So
then. 8. I thought it was doubled. I don't know. I think
you'll
I'm all
make
turned
it a
around
16.
this time. Last
it's
session
all
I was
good.
getting it, but this session I'm kind of missing everything. So,
right.
8. I'm spending 8.
8. All right, so it's a 14 versus a 16 then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
All right.
I know.
So I need
a
13 or better. I need a 13 or better. All right, here we go. See if I can roll some doubles.
We'll see.
Oh, it's
12.
so fucking
Wow.
close. So maybe
Damn
you
you,
hesitate
Batman!
maybe you hesitate for an instant, thinking like, well, he is pointing a gun at me.
Yeah,
And then
that's
you're
what I
like-
think. And then I'm
you're
like,
like,
wait a
whatever.
minute. No, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
And then yeah. Oh wait, no, I'm Batman.
Yeah, I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
So
All right, you're up. It's your initiative.
Yes, I am aware. So I was going to, since he's hesitating for some reason.
Well, he's just saying he's like, not so fast, Batman, and then
Well, he's
what do you do?
He's just not so fast, Batman. So I guess instead of using the shuriken on them, I'm going to use it on his hand holding the gun.
Okay, so the way, so I didn't do this quite right. So the way, what we should have done is rolled initiative and then declared actions, and then we go in reverse order from lowest to highest. So what is Jason planning to do this turn?
Oh, interesting. And then I go first. Lowest to highest?
we declare lowest to highest, and then we go highest to lowest.
Oh,
so
okay,
that way the higher people can modify their
Right.
actions.
So
So actually, it's fine. well, because I would have said no. Batman would have gone before Black Mask. Let's just go through it. So what's Jason doing?
Okay. So I don't.
Here. I have arrived.
Right.
I have arrived. Jason,
You're
here.
here.
I'm here. Okay.
But right now, Black Mask hasn't pulled his gun.
Correct.
Not
Correct.
yet.
Okay.
I have not yet announced that Black Mask is going to pull a gun. That's correct.
Oh man. All right. Well, he scares me. I said that earlier.
Yeah.
So, if there's a goon nearby, is there a goon nearby?
Yeah. Fair enough. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think at this point, you could tell me no if you desire, because I like that shit. But so you can.
Jesus.
So I think I would maybe be I would at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe have thought, well, yeah, man, I'm staying low to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get out. Do I know that Bruce? But I know Bruce is here.
Yes.
Okay. So at this point, I'm like, all right, cool. Bruce has showed up, or Batman's here. It's time. Like, we're gonna kick all these guys' ass. Like, I've been waiting on a fight, and now we're on equal footing.
Yeah.
So I think at that point, I might like climb to the top of one of these like crates to get a little height advantage, and then maybe like jumped on Reagan's back to like start like beating him up.
Yeah.
Or whatever goon is nearby. Doesn't have to be Reagan, but that's where I channel all my hatred.
I would channel it there too.
Naturally.
Justifiably so.
Only natural.
Mm-hmm. Very natural.
So I'll say that you can climb up some crates, right, and do that. So that would be your action this turn, basically.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah.
Well, actually, no. Wait. So everyone gets a non-dice roll action and then a dice roll action. Oh. So if I'm going to say that's your action, then you would have to roll dice. So actually, that's not the case. So I'm going to say that you can climb these crates and then jump on him, because that would be a dice roll action.
Great, love it.
There you go.
That's what So that's my plan: is to help Bruce by letting Bruce focus on the meat. I'm taking care of the potatoes.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
I like it.
Yeah, and that's my exactly. I know. Yeah. So that's where we're at.
Okay. All right. So then Des, since I screwed it up, I'll say that, you can redo your action declaration. What do you want to do?
Okay. So at this point, I'm not throwing shuriken at the two guys, I guess.
Right. Because we got a little ahead of ourselves. You were talking about action declarations before we rolled initiative. What we need to do is roll initiative, then do action declarations.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry for adding to the confusion.
No. That's fine.
So at this point, so I see Jason on the crate, right?
Yes. Well, no, he hasn't acted yet. We're just
declaring what we want to do.
We're just declaring. But I'll say that if he can see you, you can see him. You see him kind of up against the wall of this foreman's office.
I'm like, oh shit, yeah. So
putting
I'm like,
a finger to his lips.
I'm relieved but scared, because I'm just like, oh no, here we go. Because he doesn't have any of his armor or anything,
No, he's just wearing his like TNC Surf Designs T-shirt and like board shorts. Like.
I was gonna say it's like his stussy as a little hoodie. Okay, so
his stussy hoodie.
Yes, stussy hoodie. So I see Black Mask. Black Mask hasn't done anything yet. Right.
Okay. Yeah. You're all seeing each other.
I'm all turned around. I guess my thing is still to throw the shuriken at the two henchmen.
You're gonna stick with that.
I do see them, right? And I mean that I see them, and then like I'm so focused on that, which is what reduces my seeing Black Mask see me.
Do you see me? Do you see me getting into position yet?
No, I just see you like against the wall. I think.
Okay. Before you know
I know you're there. Yeah.
Roll initiative is step one of the combat sequence.
Yeah.
So
okay. So
technically none of this has happened yet.
Okay, so my thing is still to throw my shuriken at the henchmen, because I know that there's two of them.
Okay, and then my thing is Black Mask is taking his gun out and pointing at you. Okay, so then we go in the opposite direction. So he says, "Not so fast, Batman," and he tries to intimidate you. Then you go, and then your response to that is just basically go, like
exactly. That's right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, bold I stand by that. Yeah,
bold. A bold
Because I'm Batman.
All right, so it's you're doing a multi-attack. It's your dex versus theirs. You are throwing these batarangs, these bat shuriken, bat shurikens. Okay, so yeah, I know, right? So that's dex 10 versus their 3s.
Yes.
And then we get an automatic column shift to the right because you're multi-attacking. So that's a 7. You need a 7 or better.
Oh, God. Okay, I want to make sure this is successful. So...
if you spend 1 hero point, it would be a 5 or better. If you spend 3 hero points, it would be a 4 or better. If you spend 6 hero points, it would be a 3 or better.
Yeah, I'm going with the 6 here. I really want to succeed on this.
Okay. Spend the 6 and a 3 or better. All right.
Jeez, the 6.
Oh my God.
What the hell? Okay, I again just to summarize, I don't like using these dice rollers, but I do like it when it's a complicated result. So yes. I guess that's what I should be grateful for, but it's still a little frustrating when I want to succeed. Okay.
So you are throwing your bat shuriken, aka razor wings. So those have.
Cool.
Is that what they're called?
Yes, apparently.
Badass.
Cool.
I know. So those have an effect value of 2. Okay. And their
body 6
is, well, that's if they're being targeted. That's if the razor wing itself is taking damage. So these guys have a body of 3. So it's 2 against a 3. You could spend 2 hero points to make it a 4 versus 3 if you'd like.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. And 4 versus 3, we get nope, it's 1 column shift to the right because it's a multi-attack, so that's actually no effect against either one of them, unfortunately. So
it was for nothing.
It was for nothing.
Bogus.
So
all right.
Yeah, bogus.
That's most heinous.
Yeah,
most non-triumphant.
Most non-triumphant. So what you really needed was to roll high enough to get multiple column shifts to take it back to the left and
wow,
and do
as
much damage as possible.
Okay,
good to know.
All right, so you you kind of do a whoosh, and throw your shuriken in both directions, and both the guys are hit, but it's not enough to slow them down. So we'll go on to the next turn. So let's all roll initiative again, right? We're not declaring actions yet.
I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah, Jason didn't do anything.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do it.
I gotta jump on the goon.
You gotta jump. You gotta jump on the potato. That's right.
Goon
okay.
Jump.
All right. So you are.
It's true.
You are. You're getting the drop on this guy. So let's do it. So do you want to use your martial arts for your acting value, which would substitute for your dex, or your effect value, which is substitute for your strength?
Which is higher?
They're both 6. My dex is 6, and my martial arts is 6.
Okay.
All right, so you'll want to use it for your effect value then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so dex of 6 versus dex of 3 is a 9 or better. Would you like to spend hero points?
Are you doing something heroic?
I think so.
Dude. Totally.
How many should I spend, David?
You can spend up to 6, which would give you a 4, move it from a 9 or better to a 4 or better.
I'm gonna spend 4.
Yeah.
All right, that'll make it a 5 or better.
All right, let's go.
Nah.
Oh, look at you with your macros.
Nice.
I know, whatever.
All right, whatever.
Whatever.
Except that's an 11.
Yeah.
So that is a column shift.
Yeah.
Yo.
Okay. Hey-o.
One column.
So we're substituting the 6 for your strength of 2. And their body's 3. So normally that would be 2 damage, but we got a column shift to the left. So that is actually 3 damage. If you spent... No, let's see. You would have to spend 3 hero points to take him out entirely.
Can I do that?
You can.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So you get the drop on this guy, just come down and like whoosh.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. So I've got let me think here. So I get to the top of the crate and I'm waiting, and this is Reagan, right? Okay, so points well spent. So
as established. Yes.
Yeah. So I get up there, and Batman throws his razor wings out, and everybody's distracted.
Yeah.
And I'm standing up and I say, "Hey, barf breath!" And when Reagan turns around, I jump off the crates and drop kick him in the face.
Yeah.
Barf breath.
That's so good.
All right, yeah, you drop kick him in the face. I love it. So your foot, sinks into his rubbery mask and then hits some solid bone underneath, and down he goes.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, well, very nice. Okay.
And then I look over at Batman and I'm like, "Let's get him, Batman."
Yeah, I love it.
Here, let's get him, Bruce. I mean, Batman.
No, Jason would do that.
That played out really well though, because it just kind of demonstrates Robin's effectiveness, right? Because it's like, Batman might be getting himself in a little over his head here, just walking in and throwing razor wings around with no effect, and suddenly Robin's like, whoosh, and
just a simple drop kick to the face,
punch to the face,
elbow
to the face.
Yeah. That's right. All right, so now we're gonna roll initiative. I am running low on hero points for Black Mask, so it's really just a question of, Batman's gonna go first. We all know that.
Okay.
So
I got a 21.
A 21. Okay. What am I dealing with here? Where did you go, Black Mask? Come back to me.
Sweet. 44.
Oh, he's on my other tab. That's where he is. Initiative 18. What did you get? A 44?
44.
Oh my god.
Just a
That's when I roll nicely.
A casual 44.
Casual 44 initiative.
Okay, and I got a 21 as well. Fascinating.
Oh.
What is Jason's dex again? It's a 6?
6.
Okay, mine's a 4. So it's going to be
yoga.
Batman,
no yoga.
Robin, and Black Mask. So I will give Black Mask's action first. Obviously, he's just going to pull the trigger on his gun, shoot Batman. What is Robin doing?
Yeah, what's Robin going to do? Take the bullet?
No.
No.
Yeah. I want to try to throw my razor wing to hit him in the hand to save Batman.
I like it.
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
Okay.
That way Batman can get up and do some martial arts.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah. If he doesn't get shot.
Oh well. Faster than a bullet. We'll see.
Yes. Okay, and in light of those declarations, Batman, what do you wish to do?
Oh my god. I gotta glide the hell out of there. So I wanna use the batarang. What? I'm gonna
glide closer. The hell out of there.
No, I'm gonna do what I did the last time, which I'm gonna shoot the batarang up and I'm gonna pull myself up so I can swing over to kick Black Mask down. You know what I mean?
Nice. Love that. All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna boof him, basically.
You're gonna boof him.
Uh-huh.
All right. Isn't boofing something really disgusting? Let's not dwell on it. All right, so
let's move on.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. All right. So like with
it's bad.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not bad.
Oh.
Oh yes, it is bad. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna boof him. I'm just thinking about the words. I will just pow him. All right. How about that?
Oh, I see. So boof like in the
right.
Yes.
I'm not gonna stick
Batman.
Drugs up his ass. All right. Yeah. That's not what's gonna happen.
Oh, I thought it was getting high off of sewer gases. But anyway.
Oh god.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So much like with Robin, your firing of the batarang is doesn't require a dice roll. You just fire it up into the cross beams overhead, and then you're going to swing into them.
Right.
Using the momentum here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's fine. He
That's fine.
That's fine. So
Great.
Although we could make a dice roll out of it and then give you, if you roll well enough, you get a bonus on your subsequent action.
Sure, I'd love that. So
let's do that.
I'm gonna be using martial artist on this or dex on this.
Let's see here.
No,
so you're firing your batarang.
Gliding.
Yeah,
my gliding's 23.
Gliding is 20. What?
Oh no, it's 2. It's 2. Sorry.
I was gonna say, damn.
This is the. I'm reading your writing. I'm sorry.
Well, that's why I made the roll 20 character sheet. But that's okay. It's okay if you don't want to use it.
It's not of any use to me. Thank you, though.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have your dex against a basically against a resistance of 2, and so this is almost a foregone conclusion. You're really just rolling for column shifts, because then you'll be able to apply these column shifts on your subsequent attack. Okay.
So I'm gonna spend 10 on this.
Ooh.
So
okay.
I'm
so
spending
we're
10
dealing with a dex of 20. Okay.
And
go for it.
Yeah. So I'll roll the 2.
Actually, you don't even need to spend that many, because it doesn't make it more likely that you'll get a
You've
column
said this
shift.
to me before. Well, then what does make it more likely for me to get a column shift?
Just roll as well as you possibly can. That's it.
That's not a guarantee for me. So
I
want to
just. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to
the best we can do. The best I can do for you is ask you to roll high.
So I really should be using my hero points for my resistance, or
for the result table. Yeah, the result
table or hit points, basically.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being that way last time, but I don't trust my memory on this. So let's just roll 2d10.
Well, we were also figuring it out last time.
I rolled an 8. So
rolled an 8. Okay, so the cable goes flying up and wraps satisfyingly around the crossbeam, and you'll be able to swing into him next turn.
Great.
Ooh.
Okay,
right. And then
Robin.
And then I'm trying to batarang the gun out of his hand.
That's right.
Correct. So this is an attempt at what's called a critical blow. So it's basically just, it's like with the multi-attack, you have column shifts that work against you, since you're making it harder for yourself. So, okay, so it is your dex versus his. He is dex 4, you're dex 6. So normally you would need a 9 or better. However, there's 2 column shifts, so now you need a 13 or better. I am assuming you want to spend hero points.
Yes. Okay, so if I spend hero points, what am I spending them on?
You're spending them on boosting your dex. So that makes it then more likely that you'll hit.
Oh, okay, great. And then his is, what did you say his was?
His is 4.
His is 4 and mine is 6.
Yep. And then he gets 2 column shifts in his favor.
So really, I want to spend like 7, and that'll make it to where I'm doing this on a 3.
Well, unfortunately, you can only spend up to 6. You can only spend your maximum. Yeah, but
so it'll still be a 4. Okay.
It would be a 4 better, and then with the 2 column shifts, that makes it a 7 or better, which is definitely better than a 13.
All right, so, I'm spending 6. I have 6 HPs left.
Oh man!
Oh man! All right.
Cool. You've been doing the right thing and using them. Oh.
17.
All right. 17. Okay, so that's many column shifts. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Damn.
3 column shifts in your favor.
Cool.
All right. Okay. You are throwing with a strength of 2. His body is 4, so you really needed those column shifts, so that's good. Normally that would be a null result, but with 3, we go 1, 2, 3. You're actually doing 3 damage.
Ooh.
Damn.
And that's as good as you can get. So yeah.
Great.
Yay. You do 3 damage.
3 damage. Cool. Did I succeed? Did he lose his gun?
I'm gonna say, since that was your intention, that yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Totally. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's only shifts on the opposing value. Okay, good. If the attack succeeds, the defender receives -3 column shifts. Oh, wait a minute. Holy result table,
Wait,
Batman.
so does that mean
holy column shift?
Holy column shifts. All right. So we had 1,
Oh my
2,
God.
3. So that's 3, and then we get 3 more.
3 more?
Is
Yeah,
6.
6.
What's his body? His
6,
body
I
is
thought.
4.
4. Is he
Holy-
unconscious?
That's gonna take him out.
Oh my God.
Knocks his ass out.
No
I
way.
feel like it ricochets off of the gun and hits him in the head or something.
Well,
Yeah.
so this is another use of hero points that I am going to institute here on
Oh.
my behalf.
Okay.
Which is that I am going to use them to take some of that damage back down.
Ooh.
Okay.
So this is called last ditch defense.
Okay.
And basically I can immediately spend hero points to reduce the amount of damage sustained. I can never spend more than the basic value of my resistance attribute. So I can only spend 4 hero points. But I do. So that's going to knock him... Wait. 4 hero points against... What did we say? 6? Yeah.
6.
So that takes... So he takes 2 damage
2.
against his body of 4.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So yeah. So basically you throw this razor wing at him, and it hits him in the hand, and he drops his gun, but he twisted at the last minute so that it's not completely incapacitating, right?
Right.
Whatever would have happened, doesn't. But he, he's grabbing his wrist, oh, you bastard, you little shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So now that it's his turn,
Yes.
but he can't pull the trigger, so his action was interrupted, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
if your action is negated by someone else's action, then you don't do anything, basically.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's beat his ass.
I know.
Let's beat his ass. All right. So now we go to the next turn. We're going to roll initiative, but Batman's going to automatically win, obviously. So.
Okay. Cool.
I got 18 plus 8. So
Ooh,
26.
26.
26.
Nice.
I rolled. What did I just roll? I rolled a 7.
7.
I got a 25. Curses.
Ah.
All right. So I think I'm going last. So I'm going to start running back towards the foreman's office.
Good luck with that.
Okay. Robin.
I'm going to try to... I guess I'm just going to stand in his way, try to get in his way so that he can't run and he has to face Batman.
Oh, you know who I forgot to roll for is
Cersei.
Cersei's just watching, but Ski Mask.
Ski Mask?
Yes.
Okay.
So let me roll for Ski Mask as well. And that's a 9 plus... Where are you navigating? See, now I'm in Dez's shoes here. There's too much stuff on my screen. Oh, wait. Curses doesn't have the initiative value on their roll 20 stats. Let's see. It was a 9 plus 7, so that's a 16. Okay.
What's he doing?
He's looking to Black Mask, so I think he's gonna cover the boss, right? He's got a gun.
He has a gun too?
Yes, the Black Mask and Ski Mask both have
That's
guns.
right.
That's right.
Okay,
That's
that's correct.
It's not a 45 automatic, but
No, it's a pistol. I think.
Saturday night special.
Does the
Right.
batarang ring? Does it come back? Do I have it again?
Your Razor Wings do not. The Batarang
Okay.
could, but
Wait, I have the batarang.
No, you had a Razor Wing.
Oh
No, he has a batarang.
Yeah, in my gadgets it says batarang.
Oh, the gadgets.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you do. So that does come back.
Ooh.
So yeah, so I guess you would have caught it. So you can Batarang Ski Mask too.
I'm gonna give that a shot.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
Trying to get all these guns out of the play here.
That's right.
So yeah, so Ski Mask is just kind of holding the gun up, unsure what to do, but he's gonna try and cover.
Or maybe I want to try to
maneuver, basically.
Okay. I want to try to just distract him as much as possible because I know he won't shoot me because his boss told him not to kill me.
Right.
The fool.
Yeah, the fool.
The knave.
Yeah.
The knave.
So maybe I don't. Yeah, I think instead I want to try to distract him. I want to, call him names and do like an intimidation kind of thing.
Oh, I like it. Okay, so you'll try and intimidate.
Yeah.
So Black Mask is running back towards the office. Ski Mask is on a wait maneuver that he'll shoot anyone who tries to hurt Black Mask. Robin is going to try and intimidate, and then Batman is swinging both feet into Black Mask's.
I thought that was my last move, though.
Well, no, you were setting that up. So last turn you sent the thing up into the.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now you can swing forward and do that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Happens.
Straight Dex. Dex versus Dex.
That's right. That's a 9.
A 9. Okay, so I have you at a 10 and him at a 4. So all you needed was a 5 or better. So that is a hit with no column shifts. Your martial arts is your effect value, so that's a 10 versus his body of 4. So that is going to be 6, and he only has 2 body left. So
oh my god.
Yeah. So I want to get him in the back, knock him down, and then just start tying him up.
Absolutely. Now, Ski Mask was on a wait maneuver, and I said he was going to shoot anyone who hurt his boss. So he's going to get a crack off before Robin can throw that batarang or intimidate or whatever you're going. Yeah, intimidate. Right. So Let's see. Goes. It's a 4 versus a 10. So that I need an 18. Okay.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to spend some hero points.
Yeah, I mean,
make that an 8 versus a 10. So I only need a 13 then.
Okay.
Would you like to spend any hero points in return?
No.
Just going to take your chances?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I need a 13.
It's always cool when Batman gets shot.
That's true. Because then he gets to stand up again and go, "Oh, nice try."
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
10.
Oh, close.
Close.
Nah.
All right, so the gun goes off.
Yeah.
All right, Robin, you're up. You were going to intimidate him.
Yeah, I think I'm going to intimidate him. I don't know what kind of mechanical benefit can I get out of that? If any. I guess that's the question.
Yeah, so basically, if you roll well enough, if you reduce his spirit to 0, he'll just automatically surrender.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I start hurling insults at him.
Nice.
Yeah, and threats, and just being like, "You better get out of here before we, beat you up like we did your friends."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like
and
it.
giving him some threats. And so
it's your influence.
Yeah, my influence is 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend my last 6 points.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, and it's against his aura of 3. So 12 versus 3, you need a 4 or better.
Oof, a 9.
Okay.
No column shifts, probably.
Yeah.
Because you need an 11 to column shift.
You need an 11, yep.
Right.
Okay, but it is your for intimidation. I think I have this memorized by now. Let's see, influence versus aura, and then let's see, AD effect value. Okay. Influence versus spirit. Okay, so your influence is a 12 currently.
Yeah.
Spirit is a 4. So you do 9 raps, so that does reduce his spirit down to 0.
Oh my god!
He starts crying. I mean, what happens?
Yeah, so it almost looks like he squeezed the trigger and then instantaneously regretted it because he's like, "Holy shit! I just tried to shoot Batman."
Right.
And so he goes like, "I'm sorry," and he drops the gun and just runs out.
Oh wow!
My god.
I'm sorry, Batman, and he runs.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He just saved that dude's life. He just went to get a job.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and as he starts to run, so too does Circe, seeing Black Mask getting taken down. Do either of you want to do anything about that?
Well, I'm trying to tie up Black
Yeah,
Mask.
you're
I'm occupied.
So really, Robin,
yeah.
do you want?
Robin, what do you want to do?
I'm Jason Todd, so I'm chasing after her.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I mean,
I'm like, I got this one, Batman, and I just start running.
And I start, and then I'm like grumbling, like, oh no, as I'm like trying to like wrap up this guy.
Yeah. All right. So let me see if I can get her stats in front of me really quickly, if she's even in
like,
here.
Can I?
I was like, what name do I call her? I was like, do I call her a slag? I don't know.
Oh my god.
Well,
what
80s? You slag.
Tread lightly. You slag. Tread lightly. Here's the thing. Could I, as I'm trying to tie up Black Mask, can I like call Commissioner Gordon on my little like bat phone and just be like, we need people at the docks now, or whatever. Right?
Well, I do want to keep this somewhat in the 80s, so I think it's less like a phone and it's more like a little beacon button that's essentially like a pager, right?
Like a pager, yeah.
Like pages him.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Like,
yeah.
While I am wrapping up,
All right. Well, Circe doesn't seem to have stats anywhere, including writeups.org, which is the most comprehensive collection of DC Heroes statistics.
That's rude.
Yeah.
That's incredibly rude.
So I'm gonna say you catch her.
Oh wow. I was gonna say disappears into the night, but that's
I like the idea.
I mean, if you want to go after her, that's fine. Wow. This site is insane. They have stats for Evil Lynn from He-Man and Bobby Ewing from the TV series Dallas.
And not Circe from.
But not Circe from.
Oh my god.
Black Mask.
Do they have stats from Circe from Game of Thrones?
Probably.
No, surprisingly not, actually.
Oh really?
Oh wow.
Yeah. The only thing that came up when I searched Circe was that the goddess Circe was an enemy of the Suicide Squad.
Oh, Jesus.
Huh.
Which I'm like, how did that happen?
All
right, anyway.
She has a lot of enemies. So, I think.
Okay, so basically, we'll wrap it up there. You've captured Black Mask, and his compatriots. And yeah, I mean that's basically that. You rescued Jason.
Well, yeah. So just do the police drive up or like?
Of course, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So I'll say I can take him home. About Jason.
Yeah.
I want to.
Like
man,
that.
if I catch this lady, I want to rip her mask off.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ooh, okay.
Let's do it.
All right, so you
want some nightmares.
You come running up behind her. Actually, like let's say you come running up behind her and like you reach out and grab her and you just grab her by the mask and pull it off, right?
Yeah.
And and it kind of spins her around and then she like falls to the ground. She's like covering her face and she's like, "Don't look at me. I'm hideous."
Oh.
And you're looking down at her and she kind of looks back up at you and like her facial features are basically it looks like her entire face was like immersed in a vat of acid essentially.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Just all this
now I feel sorry for her.
all the dermis is burned away and like her nose is almost entirely burned off.
Oh my god.
And and she's just looking up at you and then from over where Batman is tying up Black Mask, he says, "Pretty terrible, huh? That's what she gets for double crossing me."
I kneel down. Oh, this probably isn't very Jason Todd, but I kneel down and I
it's
point
your
at
version
her.
of it. It's your version of the character.
Exactly.
I point at her and I say, "We get to choose what we look like on the inside."
Ooh. I like that.
And I also punch Black Mask in the head because I don't want to.
Shut up.
Exactly. Basically, yeah. I just cold cock him because I'm not here for listening any of the trash coming out of his mouth.
Love that.
And then I say,
right.
"Get out of here," and I let her go.
Ooh, love that too.
What? That's good.
Excellent.
And what does she do?
she gets up and runs
Scrambles
out.
away.
Yeah, she picks up her mask on the way out, though.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Huh. All right. So by then the police are rolling up. Is Commissioner Gordon there?
Commissioner Gordon comes striding in.
So what? Okay. So who is Commissioner Gordon in our world here?
I don't know. I mean, in the 80s, he looked like I don't know, Santa Claus with his beard shaved off, but that's just my personal opinion.
Does he have to be Santa Claus? Like
no, he doesn't. He can be anything. What do you think? You're the mistress.
Can we have Harrison Ford? Harrison Ford as Commissioner Gordon?
That's too hot to be Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
you guys don't think Commissioner Gordon's hot?
Well, true.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with
Okay.
that.
All right.
So,
Who was old back then? Are we getting an old actor?
I don't think he's. Yeah, I mean, I think he's middle-aged man, so he's old.
Yeah, he's hero cop by this point for sure.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with Harrison Ford. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want him to be like Tom Selleck or anything.
No, definitely not.
All right. So he walks up. Okay, so Commissioner Gordon walks up to Batman, right? Okay, so what's going on here? Like what?
Yeah, so he says what's all this about, Batman?
Just doing some cleanup.
So he looks around and he notes the crates full of the Delusion for Men perfume. His nose wrinkles a little bit as well.
So I'm gonna pull the. Oh, and I'm not pulling off anyone's masks. No.
Oh, that's true. You don't want to set a bad precedent.
No, that's a bad precedent. I give people ideas. So what I'll do, and I'll just say, I'm like, if you look closer, you'll see this is Roman Sionis. And then I'll just turn. I'll turn. Oh, does he say something to me?
Yeah, go ahead.
No. I'm done. I'm kind of gonna say like, I'll take Jason home or whatever.
Right. So he looks down and he goes, the perfume magnate? Huh. All right, let's go. And he, reaches down and pulls him to his feet, And cops are coming in. A couple of them notice the Reagan guy lying unconscious on the ground, so they're checking that out. They're just looking around, And I think we have a scene where yes, go ahead.
Well, okay, so Commissioner Gordon would be like, don't you think he'd be like, well, doesn't Mr. Wayne want to press charges since it's like this is his ward? Like Jason Todd is his ward, right?
Yeah, sure, right.
Right. And then I'll say, I'll talk to him about it.
Nice.
I know him.
All right, perfect.
We're tight.
Because I was kind of picturing the scene of like, the final panel of like Batman and Robin walking back towards the Batmobile as we're looking towards them. They're walking towards us in silhouette with the warehouse lights behind them, and Gordon's maybe in the doorway going, "Wait, do you think Mr. Wayne's going to want to press charges?" And Batman's like, "I'll ask him about it."
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so while I'm tallying up your hero point rewards, Kenny, you said you had some thoughts on the system.
What did you think?
I really like
it. Can we turn the music off?
Oh, sure.
We're no longer in Gotham.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to play the exciting combat music too. Oh,
well.
Next time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
yeah, I really like this. I like how this game works. I think it's really interesting. I think that it's interesting. How do I put this? Like when you have a matrix like this that's like comparing stats and results, and in addition to rolling dice, I think it makes every roll a little more dramatic, and it makes your successes a little more heroic. Like especially rolling multiple dice, because you're not just relying on one die representing numbers, say from 1 to 20, and you have things on 2d10 and you're looking for an 11, like really on average, like a D20 is the average on that is like 10.5, right?
Right.
And so it's kind of the same, but just like more likely that you're going to succeed in something. And so your attributes actually mean something, and pumping up your attributes with hero points is this, like you said, it becomes this like crucial like bidding war onto like stacking everything we can in our favor. And then we have to rely on the dice to be kind to us or to damn us.
Right. Exactly.
So it's really interesting and really cool. I can see why people still playing this game, because it's a lot of fun. I mean, I had a blast.
It was
fun. Yeah. It's very easy on the GMing side too for me to like just make rulings on the fly, or just, because all you have to do is just compare one value against another value. And then or just even like where I was like, okay, so you got 2 wraps on that, so I'm going to say that's 2 column shifts on your next roll or whatever. It's just, it's fun. It's not the sort of system that's like obsessed with balance, so it's like I can make these rulings on the fly and not worry that I'm fucking things up or something.
I mean, Batman coming in and conking 2 thugs heads in together like a coconut, that's exactly what you want to see Batman do.
Right.
Exactly.
And like the rules facilitating that are cool. And then 2, the dice rolls were more difficult during the final confrontation. We didn't just walk in and steamroll everything in our way.
Right.
Batman almost got shot. I almost took out the villain, but then but then I didn't.
Right.
That one guy also had a gun. Like he could have done something crazy if he, one-upped me on my initiative or whatever. So it was satisfying in that, like, I felt like it was dramatic and interesting, and it wasn't just like, oh, here comes Batman and Robin, like they're for sure gonna take out these goons and and save the day. Like, it didn't really feel like that. It felt like it could have gone any kind of way.
Yeah, I definitely agree, because I think it creates just enough doubt where you're like, Batman has an initiative of 34. Yeah, he has this dex of 10 or this aura of 8, and you're like, he is Batman. But then there's these times where things can just turn very quickly, and then they turn back around again to go like, oh, okay, he's gonna save the day. Like, so I like that that the system facilitates, like you said, that kind of a back and forth, and like, ooh, is he, or is it, like, what's gonna happen? So it creates enough suspense, which is fun.
We still haven't had anyone roll doubles, but like that could, I could have rolled doubles with the ski mask shooting at Batman. I could have gotten like a 25 or something insane, and then gotten like 6 column shifts or what I mean?
Oh,
it can happen. It's very slim chance, but it can happen, and that's why they have the last ditch defense mechanics and stuff. So that it's just not like, oh shit, Batman got killed. Oh.
Like, nobody wants that.
But even still, it's like, oh, Batman got killed. And then like the next episode or whatever, like we do an episode without Batman, or like Batman comes back halfway through and is like, oh, I lived, bitch.
Exactly.
No, actually there are recovery rules. There are recovery rules. There are like second wind rules where you can kind of like do the Hulk Hogan stand, like, so and then also awesome. Like you only have to reduce body to 0 to knock someone out or take them out, but you have to reduce it all the way down to its negative value to kill them. So actually Batman needs to take 12 points of damage to go from body 6 to body -6 in order to die. So they've made it real, and like I said, you have to intentionally try and kill somebody. So it's also like operating in that sort of superhero reality where it's like most of the time people are just going to get knocked out, captured, whatever,
which is cool. And what it kind of should be. Like, a role-playing game shouldn't just be like, oh, I'm gonna go around and murder everything, like, unless that's the total theme of your game. Like, if you're playing like a crazy action hero, like the Expendables, the role-playing game or something like that.
Right.
But I know, I think that's what makes it fun, and just a unique system, a really unique system for like a very specific type of adventure or story, whatever you're telling, comic book story, whatever. So, and it's fun. So.
And
also, go ahead, Kenny.
I was just gonna say, they were like all session, there were moments that were straight out of the comic panel, that were like,
oh yeah, I was totally
yeah,
picturing a lot of it like that. Yeah,
totally. Yeah, it was super visceral. It was right on brand. Everything was just like, it was just like lining up, and the rules were enforcing and facilitating those kinds of scenes, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's why it's cool too, because I think that's why we feel, I think we're at liberty to kind of interpret the characters any way we want, because the dice and the system will create the dynamic for the action that's expected, but we can like really interpret the characters in the way that we want to.
Totally.
Which is like a combo plate of like Lego Batman with some Senor Bale thrown in with Lego some little Adam West in there. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where I'm veering, I guess.
I like to imagine that my Jason Todd is a mix between like, well, maybe probably just Corey Feldman, to be honest.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, it's Corey Feldman, isn't it?
It's Corey Feldman. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm so
No, I love it. I think it's great.
It's fine.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Dude, an 80s Batman movie with Corey Feldman as Robin would have been amazing.
So good.
I know.
So good. But anyway, it lives in our minds. We didn't even tell Kenny about our Superman theory.
No, we didn't. So we'll tell him that off mic or off recording.
Yeah.
But
oh wait, that he's Canadian.
Yeah, okay, we did tell you about it a little
bit.
We
told him about it.
I think David mentioned it at some point.
Yeah, I forget. You have your chats with your spousal chats. I know.
Yeah, that's right.
Spousal chat.
Anyway, I'm totally down to read more of this. This is a lot of fun. So
yeah, it is.
And thank you for asking me to come along.
Yeah. And
I'm curious who would want to play Catwoman. I'm curious.
Well, I would, but who am I going to get to run for me?
I don't know.
True.
Yeah. Oh well. On that sad note.
Yeah. Forever GM.
Forever GM.
Signing off.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd be interested in adopting me as your future orphan son?
Definitely.
Oh, this is great! Because all I want is to get adopted so I can finally stop being alone.